Veggey 12.
Do I resemble this man you call Bison? I shall take that name for myself. Interesting. I shall crush your spirit. This is it. I will tame you in due time. Cry for mercy. Prepare. Your time ends here. Satisfy my hunger. That is all I need from you.
Simple and clean. Showtime, baby!
Welcome to Sets.
This will be a good fight.
All right, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sets here on a Tuesday. It's the Tuesday show. That means, well, he's not here yet, but he is on this side of the screen here. He'll be with us soon. Make sure you have got the Year 2 Deluxe Pass or the Ultimate Pass for the characters, because there was a huge announcement at Summer Games Fest, and hopefully you guys are all looking forward to what's coming on. But yes, we are going to have 2 players in the ring tonight, showcasing some characters that we haven't seen for a little while, as well as have interviews on both sides of the exhibition. I'll be your host once again tonight, Jammerz, and alongside me are the co-hosts, the co-pilot of this journey for tonight. They are here with me, Veggey and Olvaha. Veggey, talk to me. How are we feeling tonight?
We're feeling really good, especially after seeing that Bison trailer over the weekend, because you know what I love the most about characters in games is when they have cloaks and capes.
Yes.
It looks so sick.
Yes.
I've always wanted for Zangief to have a cape outfit, and looking at it on Bison is just like, think I have to play this character just because of the visuals of the character itself. That character looks so cool, and I'm just really excited after watching the gameplay that's been released over today. I think it's been today. It's been so. I'm really excited after all. That's really pumping me up for this episode, because I've just been watching some of these uploads and this character looks so sick, and I'm so excited for it.
Looks like they're taking the route, they're following the route what they did with Season 1 with the specialist stuff and really technical things coming through. Obviously they did change, or word on the street is, they did change the motion for knee press. It's a motion now, not a charge. But Olvaha, thoughts on Bison? How are you feeling about it?
I'm glad you asked, because Capcom, you did it again. You did it again. After Akuma, after such a home run, you did a home run again. I can't believe it. In such a short amount of time, we just got Akuma. We've been enjoying him for the most part. And he is damn cool. But then they pull off Bison, and he's arguably even cooler, which I cannot stand it. Like, how can he be this cool? And I actually agree with Veggey. Like, when you have an evil character that looks scruffy and kind of suffered, like he's a suffering version of himself, and he's an amnesiac, and like he's just roaming the wastelands. It's such a cool visual with the horse. The horse just makes it even better.
Well, I don't know how he's managed to get on and off the horse with his arms folded the whole time.
He has incredible core stability.
I want to know what the horse's name is. I'm pretty sure we'll find that out in World Tour. But like I said, can't emphasize it enough. That is the Season 2 pass. I don't think we have a picture of it, but we might be able to show you a picture of the Season 2 pass if you haven't seen it. It's been plastered everywhere, and you guys can go see it because there'll be guest characters in Street Fighter for the first time. But we'll talk about that a little bit at some point during the show. Maybe get our guests' opinions on. Can we roll the schedule first so the people know? We did a slight change up last week, but we're reverting it back. Because we are on normal timings. So we are starting with our introduction, and then we'll get the guests in very shortly. We're doing a pre-match podcast, getting to talk to players, know a little bit about them and their thoughts regarding Street Fighter 6, and then we'll run off to the 1st to 10 exhibition. So in about 30 minutes, that is when the exhibition will start, maybe a little bit earlier. So if you don't want to stick around for this part, you can go to the shop, make some food, come back in 30 minutes, and I can assure you we'll probably have the 1st to 10 kicking off there. And of course, avatar battles and some closing statements there. We do have a special guest as well. I can't spoil who the special guest is, but we do have someone else coming on as well. But roll the fight cards so the people know what's going on tonight, because we did announce it on Capcom Fighters. Well, the team did. I didn't. I was traveling back from France, so this is all new to me today, but I'll improvise on the spot. We do have Canadian representation. We had Mike X on before Capcom Cup qualified. He joined us before. Now we have got more Canadian representation on. We have Slice going up against Smolcaps here. I've heard these two are great people in their scene and highly revered. So looking forward to speaking with them as well. If I'm not mistaken, I will double check this. I believe Slice came second in a tournament recently. Listen to Mena RD. So I'll ask him about that. If I've got the wrong person, I've got the wrong person. But I think this is the same.
You are correct.
I think this is the same Slice.
You are correct, Jammerz.
Okay, but it is Dhalsim versus Ryu, two characters that got buffed. Obviously, one of the dissertation of buffs. The other one probably got a pamphlet of buffs with 4 words on it. But Veggey, Ryu versus Dhalsim. Those are characters you find in Europe, not anywhere else.
No, that's very true, because that's like Ryu, you see high-level Ryus, you see high-level Dhalsims, and you don't see like one, you see many, which is like interesting to me. But as you've spoken about before, in Europe there's a lot of like not so common character picks. It's like people just stick to their guns. They make the pick in Season 1 and then they ride it out for the entire game, for better or for worse. That's how it feels like a lot of the time.
I mean, look who's talking.
Wow.
14 years playing Zangief, yeah, and then you get rewarded, every now and then.
Every now and then for a season.
Yeah, but that season is the best season of your life.
It might not even be a season, to be honest with you.
Hey,
I love it.
Let's be positive
season
now.
Of your life.
Let's be positive now. Anyway, Ryu against Dhalsim is a very it's a matchup that is always people always say it's hard for Ryu, and I can totally believe that. I just remember watching, like, one of the first times I watched someone do something with Dhalsim limps was when Daigo did the crouching fierce to a Dhalsim's heavy punch or something like that, and that was like an aha moment to me, because I didn't even know that you could do stuff like that. So this is a match that's like been with me from the beginning, so I think it's really cool to see. And I wonder how Ryu actually will deal with Dhalsim in this game. I haven't watched it much, which is interesting because you did say we have Ryus and Dhalsims. I just don't really watch them face each other.
No,
so I'm just excited to learn, to see what can Ryu do, how can Dhalsim keep Ryu out. So
all right.
Very nice set. Let's get going.
Olvaha, what about you? Ryu versus Dhalsim. I know you've been playing a little bit of Ryu recently, so.
Yeah, it's a hard matchup for Ryu. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's really hard, at least for an average Ryu like me. But there are some interesting ways you can try to kind of move forward on the screen. Mm-hmm. For example, if Dhalsim uses Yoga Comet, the air fireball.
Yeah.
Like there's this certain, like you can, for example, do a dry rush into a sweep, so you go under the fireball. So I'm interested to see if we will see this kind of tech in this matchup. I'd assume so, if like these are top players, so they must know the matchup. obviously they come from the same scene as well. But it's a difficult matchup for Ryu because Dawson can pretty much dictate how the match goes, and he has a really good control of the screen most of the time anyway. But the added bonus to the Ryu is that his buffs probably alleviate the matchup a little bit. For example, he can have an EX Fireball and level 1 super on the same time on the screen, for example. So he can kind of compete with the Fireball game in that kind of sense. He can challenge those Yoga Flames, for example. So I'm interested in seeing this from the Ryu perspective, especially.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and we'll be finding out shortly. There is a timer. We may go slightly over time, but we'll see. I need to get these guests in because I am actually waiting and finding it very curious to see what they think about the game and everything. So if we get these guys to unmute their microphones, we can have a lovely chat with them, get to know more about them and their views on Street Fighter 6. That'd be absolutely lovely. I think we have them ready. So let me find out. Slice, Smolcaps, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Hello, hello. Yes, we can.
All right, perfect. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on tonight's show. Shout outs to Mufasa from Canada for getting these guys on the show as well. There was another person I had to shout out. I think his name was Racing Johnny for subscribing for 100 months. I think that's 100. It was 100
The
months?
GOAT.
Yeah, that's right. I think he was. There was a couple of people I had to shout out.
Racing John.
There you go.
Racing John.
100 months.
100 months baby was his comment on that. So,
but yes,
On a Tuesday, no
shout
less.
gentlemen, Slice, Smolcaps, this is the part of the show where we get to know a little bit about yourselves and your views on Street Fighter 6 before we get you guys drive rushing and DIing each other and having a good time. So, we'll start with Slice. I asked this question to all our guests. What's the origin of your name, Slice? I'm very curious. It's a nice and simple name. I feel it has a deadly meaning behind it. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I have been playing fighting games since I was 10 years old competitively.
Wow.
And I'm not too sure why I came up with it, but when I entered my first tournament with my brother, he just told me I had to come up with a tag. And I had no clue what it was going to be. I thought about it for a little while, and I decided on Slice and Dice. I don't know why, but it just
Veggey?
came to mind. No, I didn't even play Street Fighter. So then for like years and years I went on with that, and then it got a little bit long, so I changed it to Slice because it just made it short and sweet. So yeah, I've been there ever since. No deep meaning behind it at all.
Nah, listen, sometimes we like that. It's just a random thought. Listen, the human brain has like a lot of thoughts in a day, and probably at that specific moment when you need to think of a name, like, you know what, Slice sounds good. We'll take that one. So okay, and that's how we refer to you. I like that, nice and simple. Smolcaps, what about you? What's the origin behind your name?
Yeah, there's more of a backstory here. So I didn't really make the name. So I joined the scene in Street Fighter 4, and there was another guy at the same time, or another guy in our local scene before me named Allcaps, and he played Bison.
Okay.
At some point, he leaves the scene. I join, and apparently I look like him. And some guys are like, "Hey, you look like Allcaps, and you play Bison like Allcaps, but you're scrawny, so Smolcaps." And I didn't know what that meant, but everybody else laughed. So I was like, "Okay, cool, that's bars." But I didn't really go by that name. I just like went by my real name. Everybody called me that. It wasn't until recently in Street Fighter 6 where I kind of wanted to I'm a little more conscious about how I have my online presence and not using my real name everywhere. So I figured I'd need an actual username, and I thought it'd be kind of poetic to use a community generated name.
Okay.
And kind of reclaim it for myself. But I made it SMOL just to make it cute.
No, you know what? That was well articulated. Community, generated name. Just out of curiosity, did you ever actually see what All Caps looks like? And
I've never met him in my life. I don't know what he looks like.
So this is a hypothetical imaginary man that you just look like, and we've kind of had a junior version of his name. Is that?
Yeah.
Am I understanding that right?
Yeah, and there's a chance that that in Toronto, I've been in the same room as him. I've passed by him, and we just never knew.
Has anyone
just
in
as
your
mysterious as Bison.
Has anyone in your local scene thought it was a good idea to maybe show you a picture of the man so we can at least see what we're working with here? Has anyone thought that?
I don't know if anybody actually has his picture or still talks to him is the problem.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Your story is literally a Street Fighter 6 Bison story. You took that name to yourself.
I'll take that name for myself. Yeah.
Damn, that is crazy.
Nah, that's interesting. I like that. All right. So I like the origin name. Something that's got nice and simple, and then we got. What's up?
maybe this all caps guy has no idea the influence he did in Street Fighter 4 with that all caps, and now
I think he
some
does.
Capcom
He's probably just
fighters
forgotten.
called Smolcaps because of all caps.
He probably
That's
watches.
awesome.
He probably
So
watches
cool.
Street Fighter 6 at some point. And say, "Hey, this guy stole my name. It sounds similar to me." Listen, probably good. Probably wouldn't. Who knows? But yeah, moving on to my next question. This is a question for the both of you. We'll start with Slice first. So, Slice, the game's been out for just over a year now. What's your general opinions on Street Fighter 6? Do you have the same opinion you had when you played the game within the first month? Has it substantially changed? What are the genuine take on Street Fighter 6 for you right now?
I really love the game, man. I've been playing since launch. I've been playing Dalsum since pretty much, I think, the first week the game came out. Even though this was my first competitive Street Fighter, I just landed on Dalsum really quick and it just kind of clicked. I've enjoyed playing like all the different characters. I've put a bunch of time into like pretty much everyone, but yeah, the system mechanics feel great. The characters are fun. Dalsum clicks with me a lot. I could play this character for days. Yeah, I really like the game. It's not boring at all to play. I could play it for a very long time.
That's good to hear. Smolcaps, what about you? What's your opinion on the game now after a year or so? Have you been playing since launch? Is that safe to assume that?
Yeah, I've been playing since launch, and I think, yeah, like, I still enjoy it as much as when it came out. Like before we talk about system mechanics, all the characters are so intentionally designed that it really makes for just a beautiful smothering of footsies in every match. I think, yeah, the drive mechanics just make it just generally interesting, whether you like it or not. I think it's something I could play for many, many years.
Okay, no, that's interesting. Now, going back to Slice, if I'm not mistaken, you were at a tournament recently where you came second, losing to only Mena RD. Is that correct? Have I got the right Slice?
Yeah, that was just over 2 weeks ago. It was a tournament called Get On My Level in Toronto. A lot of really strong players were there.
Perfect.
And I got second.
Now, congratulations on that, by the way. First of all, for making
Thanks, man.
that far. Now,
That was a great performance.
The second part of this question I want to ask you is, this is kind of a blessing and a curse for you, which is it's going to be weird to ask. You are one of probably the few players that have faced Mena RD at that high level. Could you describe his playstyle to people? I don't think a lot of people can understand it from a third-person perspective. You've had personal experience. So what was it like fighting Mena RD in a grand final in a tournament setting?
Yeah, so basically that tournament, I went into winners top 8, so I actually got to play him twice. I played him in winners semis, he won 3-1, and then I played him in grands, and he won 3-1 again. And basically, the best way I could put it is, in that top 8, I played against a bunch of strong players. I actually played against Smolcaps in that top 8. I played against a bunch of strong players, like even 801 Strider was in that top 8, and I had to play against him in losers finals. But, dude, this guy, the main thing I would have to praise is just his offense. I've never played against someone where it feels like, and a lot of people also describe this that have played against him, he just like gets one hit or just gets you in the corner. And I've played against these characters so many times. I've played against so many Lukes, I've played against so many Blancas, and I'm just like, oh yeah, surely I could just get out the same way I do like against all these other guys. But no, he just locks you down and you just cannot escape. So his offense is just wild. Definitely the best offensive player I've ever seen. And yeah, it's just smothering, man. It's really hard to play against and keep your cool.
No, do you know what? Again, that was well articulated. Again, I had to ask that because when I was coming to the studio today, I was thinking, hang on, he's fought Mena RD, and obviously as a commentator, I can only talk about him from a third-person perspective and what he tells me through like his own like personal opinions. But it's like, let's ask people who actually fight him, and there's not many people who can describe his gameplay accurately, if that makes sense. So I'd rather ask people who actually played him, and you've been one of those people, that's why I said it's a blessing and a curse.
I have a question regarding actually that tournament run.
I'll go for it.
Yeah.
So I remember you playing a lot of Blanca as well in the tournament, if I don't recall incorrectly. So I just wanted to ask you, like, what made you... I think you picked Dalsim pretty late in the grand finals, if I remember correctly. So what was your kind of character picking hierarchy in that tournament? So like, what made you go to Blanca? Do you feel like he's more of a solid tournament pick, and why did you go back to Dhalsim?
Yeah, so I started playing Blanca like early January after Christmas, around there, and that character clicked with me pretty fast, and I thought the character was a better tournament pick than Dhalsim, just because he's so strong, right? So in my pool, or my first pool, I whipped out the Dhalsim a few times against like some Geefs and some Marissas, but especially once we got to like top 24 and top 8, I played primarily Blanca. So I played Blanca against Mena the first time with a little bit of Dhalsim. I played Blanca into Smolcaps, into Flux Waves, into Strider. But then against Mena, I found that Blanca wasn't working as much in Grands as I wanted it to. So in Winners Finals, I switched to Dhalsim in like the last 2 games. But in Grands, I switched fast, man, because the Blanca just ran out of steam. Luckily, the Dhalsim worked very well. I actually got a game on Dhalsim, and other games were very close. But yeah, man, Dhalsim's my sole character. I still really love Blanca. And yeah, I think it's a really good duo to have. I think those 2 characters as a little co-main is really crazy. Covers matchups really well.
Yeah.
Interesting. No, I like that. Again, well put in terms of how your tournament run was and how you've experienced facing Mena RD.
Yeah, I loved hearing that.
Let's transition back to Smolcaps. Now, you play Ryu. That's what I've been told anyway, so I'll go off this.
Yes, sir.
Ryu got a dissertation of changes for the better. You know, +3 on block solar plexus. It does more drive gauge damage, I think, on EX Hashigeki. He can store the Denjin charge now and only release on heavy. From your personal perspective, what would you say Ryu's top 2 changes were from this latest balance patch?
So first one is definitely the Denjin change, just being able to store the stock is huge, because in a lot of matchups in Season 1, you actually didn't want to get a stock. Let's say against Aki. Against Aki, you needed to throw light fireballs all the time because she could just slide under your other fireballs and punish you. So if you accidentally got a Denjin charge against Aki, you couldn't throw fireballs anymore. They were too fast. So now having the choice really just opens up your neutral a lot more. Second one would either be his stand heavy having more frame advantage, because you can just there's just a lot more natural combo routes that you don't need to spend a bunch of drive meter on. Like notably, like stand heavy into Hashigeki, like on punish counter, is huge to save drive meter. Either that would be the second, or heavy DP always connecting into level 3. Because being able to
do you get the cinematic now, or do you get the non-cinematic version every time it does that?
It does cinematic.
Okay.
It's scaled more than, it actually does less damage than if you were to just do raw level 3. But the flexibility of being able to anti-air somebody and turn it into 4,000 damage is incredible.
Okay, no, that's actually really good, because I've only glanced over his changes, and in I don't know what it is for you guys in Canada. In Europe, you can make Ryu the best character, and our European Ryus will play the exact same way they did before, and then they'll just say Ryu's still bad, no matter what you do. So I need to ask people who actually play the character and actually looked at his changes. So I need to actually try a little bit more.
Do you think he's as good as people say now? Is he the best Shoto, or is it overhyped in your opinion? Smolcaps.
I think the problem is, so he got a lot of justifiable hype as he was coming out, as people were reading the patch notes. And I think a lot of people would have switched to him. Like, a lot of people would have switched mains to him and been playing him now. But the problem is they also released Akuma. Yeah. And as cool as Ryu is, Akuma is really cool.
Yeah. That is big true right there.
Indulge me for a second. Have you had a chance to sit down with Akuma and play him for an extended period of time, Smolcaps?
Not as much as I'd like, but in the few matches I played, you can kind of just do the same stuff that you would do with Ryu, just zone people, fierce them when they come in.
Yep.
Okay. Veggey, did you want to ask something?
I actually did. Do you think that they will come back around to try Ryu after they've like done their time with Akuma, or do you think Akuma is just too much of a power up from Ryu to want to switch back to honest Ryu?
It's possible. I don't even think the issue is necessarily like power or tier. It's just that like Akuma's cool. He's just
Very
really
cool.
like stylistically.
He's
cool.
very cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think there will be a lot more people that maybe switch to Ryu with time, just as they kind of get time to play all the characters. Right now, just because we're entering the CPT season and Esports World Cup, I don't think you'll see it soon. People just want to like play with what they know is stable right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think over time you'll definitely see more and more people switch to Ryu. But also, there's going to be even more characters being released during that timeline. So who knows?
That's a good point.
I actually have a question about Ryu I wanted to ask you, because I've been playing a lot of him lately as well, and I've been really enjoying him, but I would like to know your opinion on what is the matchup that got the most help after the patch? Like,
So
you have, like,
what significantly changed from season 1 till now?
The biggest changes in general, in terms of like just changing matches, would be having the Dungeon Charge, Solar Plexus being more plus.
But who would that? Who does that? So when you're playing the game, is it better? Is the matchup against like Zangief better now? Is the matchup better against Chun-Li or something? Does it benefit?
Yeah, so what are like the
particular
biggest
matchup,
change on the matchup? Sorry, I worded it pretty bad.
I thought that it would dramatically change the matchup against Aki and the matchup against Geef, but the problem is they both also got buffed.
Yeah, that is true.
So like for Aki, like I just said, having the Dungeon Charge would be a detriment. I thought now that having a charge and being able to throw light fireballs would mean I just beat Aki, but she's able to get through fireballs more easily now, so that kind of equalizes.
Just neutral skip.
I think probably actually the matchups where I was zoning more, so maybe Geef and Marissa, those are better, just because I'm able to, again, just like keep zoning, keep doing my punish counters, and get a stock easily. Yeah. Being able to corner carry more easily without destroying my meter. I think those are probably a lot harder now. Oh, that's right. Those are better for Ryu. Like Geef, Marissa, maybe Lily.
Ooh,
I think that's really.
Ooh, that's a hot topic there. I don't know. I don't know. Like EX Condor Spire with the wind enhancement is still pretty good. I don't know. I might have to disagree there, but I haven't seen enough of it, so I'll take your word for it for now.
It's still good, but at least it's nice being able to.
Yeah.
It's like that the Lily has to be scared of my charge at all times.
Absolutely.
I get that 100%. Sorry, Veggey, what you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to add that in the Geef matchup, I'd say the zoning doesn't really change it more. I think more the forward heavy punch proximity guard and Hashogeki -3, so I can't always press crouch light kick. I think those are bigger reasons, personally, that Ryu feels harder now. Because when you're walking back against Ryu forward heavy punch, you're like, yes, he whiffed it. You try to press the whiff punish, and it's like, wait, why am I standing still? Counter hit. Yeah, so I feel those two are really big in that match, personally. Yeah.
Because I guess your Stand Fierce doesn't absorb both hits of the...
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably need to experiment more with that as well. But I think the nice thing about the Dejan buff is that I have access to a zoning fireball while also being able to like pump out damage with Hashigeki.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. Right, we are running out of time, so let me ask this question. Slice, we'll start with you first. Is there any character outside of Akuma, because he's just come out, is there any character you think people should be keeping an eye on this season in particular, or at least this version of the game, that they haven't been speaking about enough, or should we all be fixated on Akuma?
Yeah, I think, honestly, I think there's a specific character that surprisingly few people are talking about that I still think is unbelievably strong. And this is gonna sound stupid, but no one's talking about Luke, and I still think that character's unbelievably good.
Interesting.
Like, everyone's saying that he got nerfed and it's gonna affect him like crazy and he's going down on the tier list. I still think he's like crazy good. But other than him, as for like characters that were not so good or seen as not so good, and now I'm saying, okay, I think they could be a lot better now. I think it's got to be Aki. Sure.
No, 100%.
That character.
Don't worry,
yeah.
Broski's doing us all a favor by continuing playing. Don't worry, he's doing us all a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm
Alright.
looking forward to it.
Luke and Aki. Okay. Smolcaps, what about you? Is there a character people are not talking about enough? Feel like, hang on a minute, I think people need to pay attention to this one this season, or at least the next couple of months. Or do you think we need to be just fixated on the development of Akuma?
I think if I had to pick, well, I kind of agree with what Slice said about like Luke and DJ, but I don't think it's that they're not talked about. I think we talked about them so much that we're just like we gash ourselves out. So now we just gotta
Burnt
get on
out.
to topics. So if it's not them, I think Rashid
Okay.
is still kind of a menace with the level 2.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
100%. Don't worry, him not building meter during that level 2, that was a luxury before. It doesn't matter. Like, he's still gonna like be a madness.
Yeah, he still builds another level 2. Like it's not necessarily like
The
difficult for
Russian
him to do.
PR team is incredible.
And sleeper pick Honda.
Honda.
Interesting.
Some-
Explain.
I don't
Okay.
know who some dude is gonna come out with the Honda buttons.
Okay. Honda sleeper
I understand,
pick.
but I also feel he still needs to chase the other characters around too much. So he's still having trouble opening people up, but I do feel like, yeah,
Sure.
his standing medium punch is incredible now. It's a really good button.
Interesting. Sleeper pick Honda.
But I like, it's definitely a sleeper pick though.
I'm going to eternalize that one for a couple of weeks. I need to see that one. But no, honestly, gentlemen, this has been an absolute pleasure doing the pre-match interview, you two. Right, we're going to take a short break because I really want to argue with Smolcaps on that Honda sleeper pick. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hold that. But we're going to take a small break. When we come back, I'm going to get Slice and Smolcaps in the lobby for this first to 10. So if you are just joining us, the games are going to be underway. So we'll be back in about 5-6 minutes and we'll get some GGs going. See you in a bit.
In a bit, yeah.
Peggy 12.
Welcome to Sets. This will be a good fight.
This will be a good
I want to
fight.
know, what do you think, Olvaha? Do you think I could be a good voice actor? Do you think we should be a voice acting duo?
I think we could both be. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
I think so. We have range. We have range.
Definitely have range. I think we should at some point do this introduction with different voices. Maybe rehearse a little bit in advance, and then use that
Maybe
as
we
an
could dub
application
something
to voice.
for
yeah,
the show.
exactly. Yeah, that would be amazing. And then use that as an application to become official voice actors. Wouldn't that be very cool, Olvaha?
I think, give me some time and I'll have a good bison, for example.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, you can do any character. Mine has to be a bit. My range is smaller. Your range is bigger for sure.
Thank you.
But anyway, we're back. Welcome back to Sets. We're back on the Tuesday show. It used to be the Monday show. I think at some point it was the Wednesday show, but now it's definitely the Tuesday show.
It was the Monday show at some point as well.
Yeah, for a long time, and I think we
almost every
had
week the day has been gone through already.
It's like we just need the Sunday show version. Anyway,
Someday,
we have Slice and Smolcaps from Canada, Dalsim and Ryu, and I was really excited when I heard that we're having these players. Because one, we haven't seen them on the show before, and they're really amazing and strong players. And two, they play characters that we don't see that often, and especially a matchup that we don't see that often. So you don't see that many Dalsims, you don't see that many Ryus, and you definitely don't see that many Dalsims fight against Ryu. So getting to see that on a high level on the Tuesday, almost at the start of the week, like the day after, but we're almost at the start of the week, so we can...
no one starts their week on Mondays, let's be honest.
This is the real start of the week. Like, this show, this is when the week starts. So getting to see that, I think it's great.
Yeah, I'm also super excited because obviously the patch is still very fresh and people are still getting accustomed to their new characters, so to speak, or the changes their characters had. And I feel like Ryu has had so many changes, for example, that a lot of people still don't utilize all of his tools. For example, I recently started using the solar plexus way more, and I'm having way more success because I'm like, wait, this button is really good now. I can actually start and catch people off guard in neutral, for example. Obviously, it's a pretty slow button, so it doesn't work in every matchup, but I think it's a great added tool for Ryu's toolkit, so...
Yeah, I think that's a great point because especially with characters that had a lot of changes, like Zangief, there's some tools I started using last week that's just changed how I face certain players completely. And it's a single tool, but that single tool can be applied in a way where you can then put all your other tools to better use. And if you understand how to do that after some time with your character, that's when you really start to feel the change in your character. Like the first days, you can have 20 buffs and you might not feel the buffs because you're still playing the old character.
You're still doing the season 1 combos.
So often in the beginning when your character's super buffed, you're like, wow, this didn't really help at all. But then just remember, you just got to keep playing and you play and suddenly you start adding that thing and that thing and that thing. You remove that old thing and you're adding another new thing. And that's really cool. I don't know really how much that would be for Dalsim, who's not changed that much. But for Ryu, definitely a character that you need time to, I think, work in everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like still to this day, Ryu is the most honest of the Shoto characters. He's the most, similar that he's been previously as well. He's known for his pokey fireball game, for example, and they did buff the fireball game, but obviously they added Akuma as well, and I just think he does it way better.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. The thing with Ryu, he kind of slams when he hits you, and that must definitely feel nice, and maybe that mental power-up is big. This match, though, definitely not like Ken's. Ken's version looks a lot better than Ryu's version, but he's we'll probably see what the issues with the match might be, or maybe it's not as bad as we thought. And I'm hoping that maybe Jammerz has some insight in this matchup to kind kind of steer us to see what we're looking at.
Him.
Yeah, we gotta summon him.
But I also from the. Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say. We only see a handful of Dalsims only because there are a handful of Dalsims: Garnet, Crimson, Torimeshi, YFC, Mochi, and all of the above when it comes to Dalsim. But yeah, Dalsim's probably got one of the most unique things about the game, where most people and most of the chaos happens on the ground, and he can float in the air for a little while to make sure people use up a lot of their resources and options to get in. But this is a Shoto, and obviously Dalsim did get some cool buffs. His anti-air Yoga Blast, it's removed scaling now, so he does more damage from it. Yoga Comet goes full screen. Yoga Fire is total frames is shorter, so that means it's overall faster move. So he can control a lot of the stuff. We look like we're going to get a timeout here for the first round.
This is actually... Oh, okay. No, he doesn't like it.
So close.
Yeah,
Almost got in.
actually, if he canceled into a super, he might have actually squeezed it in.
Oh, that was such a great almost.
Here's the thing: when you have such a strong horizontal toolkit, Dalsim floating over it. This is the problem Guile had in SF5 and in SF6 as well. He would just float over it, and you can dry rush behind it, but Dalsim hasn't used up his actions in the air. So you can still teleport,
yeah.
you can still do the jump fierce, rubber band move. So there's a couple of things that will stop you and make you waste resources to get probably like 12%. Speaking of which, you didn't even get
parry. Yeah, that was a great parry, but obviously you got to be careful about when you're actually gonna be going for after.
Oh boy, what a first game!
As he does.
How much damage does this do?
No, the last
This
part
is
did like
definitely-
10%, so he should be dead. There you
Let's go.
Yeah, you could literally
brutal
tell,
swing.
and this is the problem. He's gonna the biggest point, and of course this is how it works in the game. People should struggle to get in against Dalsim when you're in. The wake up drive reversal does help him in certain regards.
I think so too.
I was speaking to a player from the Mortal Kombat scene about this. I said, when you look to bait something in Street Fighter 6, you're gonna be walking away. And if someone does wake up parry, you now react to it. If they do a DP, you block. If they do wake up drive reversal, you block. So you're not looking for something directly. You're just gonna like expect an option. So Dalsim does wake up drive reversal and parry. It's actually very easy to snuff out what he's gonna do. And you can see that Smolcaps was doing that pretty well over there.
Yeah, he's been putting on a great show in the corner, especially like obviously Dalsim, one of those characters that doesn't really have a DP on wake up, so he has to hold all the offense.
Yeah, his parries have been on point against that jump fierce, by the way. People get the timing wrong. Nice wake up drive reversal.
Yeah, I think Dalsim is one of those characters where that actually does help a lot. At least they're using it a lot, so it must mean it's working. Yeah, and I think maybe that's why, since that change is so big for him, maybe that's why it didn't get that much changed overall.
Veggey, we've
look
seen
at this
this.
stand fierce working for
Oh, he got it.
the level 3, that was so
Nice.
clean.
That's going to be one apiece
Super
there.
clean.
Shin
That's
Shoryuken.
absolutely gonna kill.
But yeah, no, Veggey, we
so
saw
cool.
this with SF5
really
though, when V-Shift came in. It was obvious what Dalsim players are going to do. It was just drill kick, backdash, V-reversal, which they had to block, or V-Shift. I think when Dalsim gets more defensive options, it becomes obvious because he hasn't got a reversal. So it's a bit weird.
And he gets so much of getting you like properly off.
Yeah.
It's like a real knockdown situation like that's so good for him.
Yeah. One thing that I want to also point out about Ryu and his like mid-screen Oki, for example, so he usually tries to go into the light Tatsu to continue with a dash up into the light Hashogeki. So they buffed up the light Tatsu damage as well. So all of his hits mid-screen and all his Oki loops, they're even better now because he does more damage with the Tatsus.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay,
gets
that
the
was
drive
actually
reversal. This is
actually a well-timed wake-up drive reversal because he would have lost, of course, is the obvious, if he didn't do that. But that didn't substantially change the scenario. It just prevented him losing from the overhead. So I like the way that Slice is using the drive reversal at first. Now it's going to be up to Smolcaps to try and bait it on the wake-up, allow him to get up and do something
going
else.
for the light Tatsu, yeah.
Nice usage of the... What is that called? The step kick thing?
That's the forward heavy kick.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, they
Not
buffed
getting
that
much
as
from
well.
That one, though.
Oh, nice, just lights under.
Right now, though, it's typical like this with Dalsim. In the beginning, it can look like this is not that easy for Dalsim. It's looking like it can be actually kind of rough, and then you might just see Dalsim run away once they get used to it.
Yeah,
But
once he
to me,
gets
right now,
accustomed,
though,
yeah.
but right now, to me, it looks like this is a match that Ryu can definitely fight in. I haven't seen much how the button interaction will work, if Ryu has any whiff punishes on like the mediums, or if he's kind of forced to use the fireball and drivers to get in.
And just like Slice said in the interview phase as well, I definitely understand why he went with mostly Blanca in the tournament, because Dalsim is a slow tempo character, and like first two in this game can be very brutal, so I totally understand that.
That whole scenario comboing into the Super Art 3, that was basically the fly you could never catch until it sat still and you forgot you had the newspaper. That was that whole scenario. That's what it was. But yeah, here's the thing. If you keep floating forever and trying to be elusive, eventually Smolcaps will catch you. And because Ryu's like whole basically game plan got better, he could just build the meter and take his chances. So
yeah, and also like he doesn't have to use as much in combos, for example, because his roots are now more natural, so he retains more drive meter in his combos as well.
I've noticed that with a few of the characters.
Fireball, nice work.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a few of the characters actually. A lot of characters now are preserving their bars for level 3 because of the damage changes. I think the
also love
universal light change affected Dhalsim a bit as well actually, because he combos from lights a fair bit.
Yeah.
I really like how Smolcaps is going for the Tatsu ender every time instead of going for Donkey Kick, for example, because he obviously wants to keep on piling the pressure, so he wants to be up and close, and Light Tatsu gives some fantastic Oki. Even mid-screen, I feel like Ryu's Oki is pretty strong in this game.
He got the extra frame advantage from the burnout and the back medium kick, so he's going to get the stun as well. You can't even get out of that unless you had the super, which he did.
Yeah, and I think maybe since he did the medium kick earlier, got the throw as Slice was looking, as Smolcaps was looking for the DI, then going into the light, which is so much faster, just ends so much faster, it's going to be hard to be ready. You have all these mind games to avoid the opponent being ready for the drive impact, getting those throws in when they're definitely looking for it, and then seeing when you can sneak
That's going to
in.
be heavy damage.
He's not going to spend
go for the
level 3. Interesting. Oh, he could have spacing. Yeah, he could have punished that. That looked like a clean spacing trap for the donkey kick. Pressure being applied. He's just waiting. That was well timed.
Nice.
Yeah, that was. I think he was waiting for that.
Yeah, get some breathing room here. Very nice. Resets back to mid-screen. This is where Dhalsim shines.
Now, the only problem is, Smolcaps can't really throw fireballs. He's going to do the arch. He can do a comet at some point
I
as well.
like the full jump animation. You rarely see that from Dhalsim.
Yeah, I think
They
that's the first
always
time I've seen
cancel
it.
into something. I love seeing the full jump arc.
That was so good.
That was
he could,
great.
He could back teleport should he expect
exactly.
So maybe this is like some mind game they have developed between each other after playing for such a long time.
Well, the thing is, when you let Dhalsim do a full jump, you feel like you committed a crime. You really feel like you committed a crime by allowing him to just do a full jump over 70 frames. And he gets another throw here as well. He might be able to bait something this time
look
around.
at the throw loops here. And the shimmy,
nice call, Jammerz.
mid-air shimmy.
The slide throw
what can he
loop.
do? What can he do? He can throw Yoga Arch here and he'll be fine. Yeah, if he throws Yoga Arch,
Probably going to throw art.
There it is. Oh, not that
Just
one!
chilling. Okay, hold up. Oh, and he moved away from the fireball. That was genius.
The thing is, he shouldn't have backdashed. He should have just done the Yoga Arch.
Yeah, I think
Nice
that's
parry on the
where the
Hashogeki
problem
though.
came in. Using that drive reversal is such a good tool, I think.
Slice
You
still has a
have it on
really
your
big
team.
life lead,
what
but
parry!
there you go. What a fantastic parry indeed.
See, and this is the thing. This is going back to what Veggey mentioned before. Like, the more defensive options you give Dhalsim, the more confusing it gets. Whether he's knocked down or he's
And the harder it gets for the opponent as well.
But the problem is you have to start throwing him now. So you have to force him to tech, and then it will be a little bit more of a mind game when you knock him down.
Solar Plexus applied in the corner here.
Nice
Standing
patience,
fierce. He could have actually continued hit there.
Got him.
Oh,
yeah,
there
he
it
definitely-
he done a jab
Anybody-
beforehand.
yeah.
He did. I saw the jab beforehand. Interesting.
Perfect parry into the
nice
drive
chip
rush.
down.
Fantastic. Just absolutely controlling the corner here. Smolcaps. Nice work.
Somebody asked why have we got training room? We've got it on random selects, and training room is in there. Hopefully that answers your question.
The padded room is the best.
Yeah, this room is amazing. It's an opening.
Overhead.
Nice, getting that overhead
Build a
and
level
then
3.
straight with the drive rush. I think that's
No,
good.
he's just going to go for a meaty fireball maybe, or a frame
This
kill.
is
There
huge
you go.
though, but this is not as huge as it was in the last patch because that was only half of a drive bar instead of all of it.
Oh, I love how he decides to drive rush in to just kind of bypass the...
Nice teleport away. Didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I didn't want to deal with the
I like
potential
the
minus
attempt, but
into
it's
DP.
really hard to tag Dhalsim from the air with Ryu's.
Well,
he's
that's
just going
why
to
he
straight up
waited until
challenge that
that point.
situation.
Waited until Dhalsim was safely on the ground, trying to get that throw in. Almost
Yeah,
looked like
this-
a delayed wake up reversal, wake up super.
So
Yeah, this is it.
going back to your point, Veggey, about the perfect parry into the throw with a half a drive gauge, it actually creates more. Remember we were talking about last week with the more awkward scenarios in the game now? That's what it does now.
Yeah.
That's literally what it does. So if people do that and the opponent's got half a drive stock left, they can either burn themselves out or you just press one button and burn them out with a heavy, and they have to risk the perfect parry, which they can get thrown. So it's just a wild situation now.
Nice DP. I love how even this is, by the way, so far.
What a good jump, waiting for that teleport, getting the jump, no time to anti-air. Oh, nice.
Crouch fears, yeah,
Big crouch
definitely.
fear looked like a whiff punish on the
Piling
jab.
on the
Definitely
damage right
preemptive,
now.
Though.
Too much scaling.
Oh, no
yeah,
kill.
and this is what we're talking about, too much scaling from the lights, because that's huge for Dhalsim just because of how his normals function. And he didn't build the level 2 either, and I don't think he set up the Yoga Inferno either.
It's so hard to approach here. Smolcaps is starting to have some troubles closing in. Never mind. Just drive rushes in.
Drivers openings though.
But I think he's anticipating. So when they do yoga arch, they slide. He's anticipating the slide.
Yeah.
Because he's saying counter hit like 2 or 3 times. No?
Yep.
Oh, that's big.
Pressure. Yeah, it's pressure.
There's that move.
The pressure is kind of nasty in the corner. Holy.
I would be very surprised. He should be dead, but I'd be very surprised if he's alive. Yeah.
Oh.
Because
Hit
even
him with the tummy ache.
or hit with the stomach ulcer, yeah.
Yeah. I need a warm blankie and a hot cup of chalky.
Even with the scaling and everything, what they've done to damage in the game, as long as you put them within a certain range for the yellow health bar, the level 3 is going to do its work anyway.
Perfect.
It's 3 apiece.
Row here.
He's looking mad.
I like the staggered pressure. I like how he's walking under the teleport as well, just kind of trying to get the favorable positioning on screen.
But didn't really have the drive bar to make
There's the slide.
Big. And that is also something to think about as the game progresses. How risky is it for me to DP when they have to burn themselves out for a big punish and things like that? I think more decisions will be made in regards to that as time goes on.
That's true, yeah. That's a good point, Veggey. That's actually a good point.
Because that DP was mad risky, but since he didn't have the big super bar and only had 2 drive bars, it was not really that much that happened. That was interesting. I haven't really thought about that before that much.
Back off here. Does slice
he's controlling with the
again.
yoga comment, yeah.
I don't particularly agree with that teleport, but he's out anyway. Oh no, he's done.
Oh,
he
hold
could have
on.
been done.
Oh, he could have actually comboed from there.
Oh, I was asking,
Level 2?
is he
Wait,
gonna
he
do
can
it?
trap him. I think he can set up the trap. No, he's going to go close instead. All right, never mind.
Oh my god.
But he wants to save the bar.
No, that's fine.
Meter greedy.
It looked like a situation where I think you could have set up the level 2 trap, but I might be thinking of a completely different scenario, so that might be my mistake.
No, I think you're right. Oh,
it actually hit there. Interesting.
That
That still happens, by the way. I've seen that
I
happen.
thought that was fixed or something.
I've seen that happen with when I play Dalsons as a Rashid.
Oh, I love how he just decides to jump
really
over.
good
He's like,
for
you
a
know what?
character.
You're not checking this jump.
Maybe one too many of these wake-up drive reversals.
The thing is, he has to
Just
he has
walks
to-
under again. Genius at work.
So many people would block, try to air-to-air or DP, but he walks under.
I love that.
again.
I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that.
I'm going to forget about it, but
I mean, you can't
steal
even.
it.
Zangief is too slow.
Maybe.
I want to know if Dalsim, maybe Slice might do it. I'm not sure if he's clocked onto it yet.
Once again, standing heavy. He's gonna get a big combo to juggle potential on the standing heavy kick as well, or the back heavy kick. Sorry.
Okay, he's going to get the level 3. I wonder if when Slice floats and Smolcaps is trying to parry, I wonder if he can float in, drop, and get an empty throw. That'd be really cool if he could do that.
Ooh.
Do the level 3, do the level 3. Yeah, there you go.
Nice. I love how he cancels preemptively just to avoid the fireball. That was genius.
The only thing that could be better is if he had some fireball hit juggle combos.
Nice DP. This time he doesn't even try to move.
Oh, he even did the light. But
Now he can
the
just
block in
chip
time.
if he can nail down Dalsim, but it is hard in this game.
Yeah, and that float was so good to stay out of that
And
range.
the stand heavy punch, just a fist to your face.
This is what the weird mind game is. As soon as he floats over the Hadouken and then floats away, and then Smolcaps drive rush in, it's what is he going to do? Is he going to do an empty teleport? Is he going to just let him rock? Or is he going to try and challenge and commit to something heavy, which will allow big damage for Dalsim? That's the weird part about this neutral interaction.
Very aggressive EXP there to keep the corner game going.
Oh, interesting fight to counter
Definitely
it.
killing here with the heavy donkey kick.
It's always interesting to see how the defensive options cycle. That's still cool.
Simultaneous sweep. I love it. Such a goofy moment.
Oh, nice.
Just
Gets
two
the donkey
goofy
kick there.
guys
And
sweeping
when is
each
it
other.
coming? When is it going? Because you know he wants to, but at the same time he has to bait it out, so he's afraid of doing
just swats him away from the air.
it. And that's
And
dead.
he's definitely killing here. That Ryu can make it look very, very fast when he gets the corner game rolling, because his damage is like, you cannot ignore his damage. He does a lot of damage in this game.
And here's the thing as well, for particular matchups in general, I've been trying to look into this really hard recently. There are some characters, Jury being one of them, where for the vast majority of their combo routes, the light scaling doesn't really affect them with what they do when it comes to huge damage. Ryu's another character. I know he does light conversions, but for the most part, it's those medium hits and those heavy hits.
Yeah. Nice. He almost got the 2 perfect parries. Or 3.
I really like how Smolcaps is he's like a bee, and you just try to shoo the bee away from your food, but that bee's just coming.
It's more like a fruit fly, honestly.
But the bee is dangerous. The fruit fly is not. So
that's true.
Yeah. So he's just
fruit flies can be dangerous.
Sticking to him, and he's denying that exit. And I think it's good. Sometimes it's working out really well, and sometimes Slice is just too late, like there with the preemptive slide to stop the drive rush. There's so many of these interactions, and I think it's just really cool to see Ryu with all of these answers, and then seeing the answers come from Slicer. Super good play. So much fun.
Just walk up after that punish counter throw. He still has the corner. Standing reset with the Hashogeki.
No wake up drive reversal, yeah.
Nice. I really like the patience from Smolcaps as well in the corner. Like, he's clearly trying to bait out those drive reversals.
Blocks. Yeah, he's
and I was gonna say it looks like Slice has caught on to it, but that was one.
See, this is the interesting part as well, because there's no point of him waking up with Yoga Sunburst, the Super Art 2, because that would probably missed as well.
Yeah. Especially for the crouching pressure, so it's like level 3 or nothing.
Yeah,
basically.
Level 3 or bust.
And he's starting to do he's starting to do drive rush with jab now to block in time.
Nicely spaced donkey kick as well, and a late DP as well to bypass
the cool part about the wake up drive reversal though is that it does not kind of freeze the screen, so you can't like input a throw that will be eaten by the screen freeze. And stay safe on those drivers. So when you are drive rushing in for that throw, you would have gotten drive reversal should they do it. And it's not like the regular drive reversal or these things. So I think that's really interesting. That was something I was thinking about in the beginning actually.
That didn't do a lot of damage, but if this works out.
Equal here. Slice is looking really good this round.
Let's see. He put him near burnout. He's in the angle.
Full jump once again.
Could have killed.
That was the second full jump, guys.
Yeah,
that was the second time in my life I've seen the full jump.
He's waiting for a perfect parry.
We did see that teleport. Oh, what a jump! It just not in time and no perfect
parry. Nice drive reversal. Get off me.
Oh, dangerous. Any hit right now.
This is getting spooky. This is getting really spooky.
Parry on the button in the corner game.
Oh, he's just walking forward. It's so scary.
Oh, he's trying to with the far.
Hang on, it's not a Kuma. Relax, it's not a Kuma. He's done anyway.
Nice.
He's done anyway.
It's not a Kuma, but it's almost a Kuma.
Alright.
Satsui no Akuma.
And he's gonna take that game.
Satsui not Akuma.
Basically,
Satsui no.
He's gonna take that game and double his lead to 6-3 with that 3-game buffer there. Was able to close the gap. But yeah, it's very hard to close out a round when you're low on resource as a person who has nothing to lose and a level 3 ready and waiting. Nice drill kick.
I gotta say, I'm really impressed by Smolcaps right now.
And
he's making it look easy.
That wake up drill kick is like +3 most of the time, so if you go for that throw, Dawson does not get that full conversion like it would in Street Fighter V with the instant, the jump, what is it called, the jump, I don't remember, the jump gale. So
Yoga Gale, yeah.
So it's not as risky. You go for the throw, Dawson gets the punish counter, but unless he's far away, which he won't be because you're going for the meaty throw. Nice with punish.
That's the Daigo.
That's Boko. Yeah,
he did the Umehara.
When everyone was going nuts about that, remember? It's like, what? You can do that?
Oh, that took me way back, man. Oh, it's beautifully swatted out of the air. Doesn't matter though, Slice gets around anyway.
I think waking up with buttons is something people do a little bit too little in this game right now, because people are actually often keeping their pressure not too tight to not get perfect parry. And you can notice when you wake up parries are never like a perfect parry. It's like, maybe I should try wake up button. Maybe this person's actually delaying that.
Oh, okay, the Oki throw here.
Oh, gets the hit as well. That's the big hit.
Yoga blast into the standing reset. Nasty working to another Oki throw here.
Nice.
Oh, he's had enough. He's like, no escape. I've had enough, mister.
What's wrong? Get up.
That could have been whiff punish.
I love how
could have been whiff punish, that stand fist.
That couldn't have hurted you.
But you know, that's interesting, Jammerz, because I thought about that like today or yesterday, that when people whiff a drive rush button, people are less likely to whiff punish.
You'll never do it.
Because they're so afraid. Yeah, they're so afraid that they're going to get
chip him out. You could have chipped him out. Okay, he's done it now.
Dawson is honest. He doesn't chip out anyone.
Yeah, he's like, I'll fight you till the bitter end.
That hit on the level 3 does like 10%, man. Like, don't let him live. He already stole a round from you already.
Always gonna get punished.
And that was nice. Using that to get that pressure going.
Though. That was really favorable for Slice, but he's still in trouble. He's still fighting from the corner.
And gets out with that eerie fireball. Nice attempted chase down, not working out. Slice already with the buttons right now.
Just one thing I really noticed about Smolcaps' approach to Yoga Comet as well. Like, he's just content to parrying it most of the time as well. Like, he's not trying to go crazy and bypass them every time. He accepts the fact that he can't probably do anything to it, so he's just content with parrying it.
Well, if he's basically spent a drive gauge or two trying to get in, and then the Yoga Comet comes out, I'd be conservative in regards
I
to
love
like,
the patient
preserving my meter
approach
as
from
well.
him.
So.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
He's
taking
the drive
notes.
reversal on the heavy.
Okay, he's been doing
The
that a fair
standing
bit.
heavy finds his way home once again.
Drops the combo though. One more throw. What's it gonna be? Wake up!
Oh,
no,
this time he goes for the wake up.
Oh damn! He
It
literally
is-
punched him
yeah.
in his chin, and the Yoga Sunburst went up.
Yeah,
to
he
the
wasn't cooking
stars.
anything
What the
there.
hell?
I think I have not seen Super used more on Wake Up than Dalsim level 2, and I've not seen Super fail more as a Wake Up option. I don't
Yeah,
think
he
I've
has an
almost ever seen
unfortunate
it
win
work,
rate
but for
there.
some reason, they keep waking up with it.
Because it's fully invincible and it could hit you.
Yes, but
Yeah,
it's fully
like,
invincible, but
sometimes you have to bust
it's
it out,
like the
bro.
drive reversal that it loses to like a safe meaty and even.
I'll have to
Oh,
do
that's
some.
the third.
I'll have to do some lab work behind it because I need to.
No, if you're
understand the
crouching, if you're crouching, that super won't hit you.
Yeah, it won't hit
Yeah,
you if
that's
you're
true.
crouching.
Yeah,
So you
that's
can punish. So you just start your pressure crouching. It would only really be the throw, and I mean Smolcaps already very aware of that. So
Coming again.
Fighting out of the corner here, gets out though. Nice work from Slice.
nice
The back
patience in the
medium punch,
anti-air.
resetting the control here. Yoga Comet.
Ooh, he's stuck in a tension charge there. Interesting. All right. Change it up a little bit.
Oh, that was good. The double dash, the surprise double dash gets into the range for crouching.
Getting
Minion
some
kick. This
plus
is
frames
big.
on the heavy Hashogeki.
Slash just getting one hit at a
That was
time.
just parrying
Mix
once
up. That
again,
must have
but he
been a
gets
DP.
surprised by the teleport. Yeah.
Dude,
That's
Ryu
a
looks like an
count.
animal now. What the?
Yeah,
Ooh,
he's
the counter
strong.
From Dawson, though, that was sick.
You know the thing about Ryu? Now he's actually a real character.
DI.
The first one we've seen all set, and that's the cool part about long set. You might get to see some of these things that you don't want to use a lot used because they can work every now and then as long as you're using it sparingly. This
Okay,
big though.
this is good. Now I don't think he should backdash. Just pop out the Yoga Arch and then keep his gauge in the Amber. Oh, he can do Yoga Fire instead. Just keep it low and try and mix it up. He might have to teleport instant. Just try and take advantage of that.
Maybe I think
Oh, he built some damn
yeah,
good
Smolcaps
meter
is
back
just
with the
holding
parry.
and I think Slice needs to take notice and just
Yeah, he's
wait,
got to take notice
wait,
of that.
wait. Yeah, he's giving him so much. He's not noticing that he's just holding the parry.
I love it.
He's
I
giving
love
him
how
that.
he's
You
just
know,
holding
that was
it
too
down.
late.
But do you know what he's doing? Because if he does Yoga Arch, he'll do the drive rush. So
Yeah,
he'll
what I'm
hold it,
thinking
not drive
just watch him hold it and drain
Dude,
ball.
I'm actually taking
Just watch him
notes
hold
so
the
bad.
drain
I
ball.
love
That
this
was
approach from Smolcaps, but Slice manages to get the game here, so it's almost equal. That
right.
3-game lead is getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah, because now it's no. Now it's a 1-game lead, baby.
Yeah.
Good adaptation though. It's been working out.
Yeah,
Because
for
again,
sure.
when I think it was when it was going to 5-3 or maybe 6-3, there was a game that was technically taken from Slice. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember that with when he had like no life.
Yeah, and he had the
that was
super.
crazy. Yeah. And now
Oh,
Smolcaps
this
trying to
is
get that
probably the
perfect
most
parry on some
frustrating
limbs or
part of-
something. Oh, not ready for that one though. Gets the power up with Hashogeki. What a
Nice
perfect
parry, but the
after
fireball's still
critical,
coming. Yeah.
It's still okay.
Shugeki.
It's
Worked
all
out.
good.
You need to see the dry gauge damage. The stand heavy punch into the heavy one, and then stand heavy punch into the EX. How Shugeki do? It's insane now. Like the dry gauge.
Yeah,
damage is
I
Well,
love
I haven't really, yeah, I need to see that because I haven't paid attention to that. Nice, tries to call out both the tech and the wake up drive
The air
reversal.
reset almost burnt out
Almost
here.
burnt
The
out.
solar
There it is.
plexus, he's so cooked.
I don't know if he wanted to do that DI. Because obviously, if he done it too
Oh,
early,
yeah,
he
he
might
might have
do
gone for the drive reversal. Yeah,
if
that's
he wanted
true.
to do the drive impact, I can understand that. I don't think
Yeah,
he's
just
landed.
as like a guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
sometimes
this works,
you
I
have
win.
to
If
just
not, I
run.
lose, and I think I'll lose this round anyway. Nice, there it is again.
There you go. This time he didn't parry. He tried to go for a DP and instantly got paid for it.
He's
again.
definitely
Nice
building
parry.
a lot of bar back with these gutsy holds. Smolcaps. Slice not been able to punish it yet.
Perfect parry.
When the perfect parry, the infamous entire
The most
perfect parry.
frustrating anti-air to get hit by.
For sure. And the Dawson players, they're the innovators.
Oh yeah, and they're the best at it.
Dude,
Yeah.
like,
Their
okay.
hit rate is
They
amazing.
Them and the Manon players, they're the innovators.
Oh, nice patience from Slice. Smolcaps doesn't have too much more. Actually went for the throw, and you know, if you want to throw after the throw mid-screen, no punish counter, you have to do a button first if you want to make it real, and then you're at risk for the perfect parry. And Slice just reading that drive rush, going for the second throw.
Whoa! He was testing the waters there.
And I feel like maybe Slice now notices that Smolcaps a little frustrated, and he can use that to his advantage, maybe.
Yeah,
something
I
like
definitely see that. I can feel the frustration here.
But he's still up a game, so he's got plenty to play
Manages
for.
to close the distance, but they're back to the
Try to press again after the throw. This time, though, keeps it tight with a string. Things like that. It's so important to take notice of.
Oh, nice. He actually got hit by the Hadouken. Oh, and he's just abusing the stand fierce right now. Try to press anything. Try to press anything. Make my day.
Oh, this is so good. Nice teleport. Nice here to here with it.
Yeah, that is so frustrating. You almost nailed him down. Nope. Back to full screen.
Oh, could have had it. No perfect parry, though. So still alive. Takes the throw.
Old
Not too much
approach
drive bar
would
to
just
work
walk
with.
up
Yeah.
and throw.
Taking a throw there with that low drive bar is so good because you know they don't want to really spend that drive bar to get in again.
Nice
so you
parries.
kind of
He
out
built
at
a
that
decent
point.
amount of drive gauge back.
Yeah, it's getting a lot back here.
Still has the
Water with
Denjin
punish.
charge as well. Oh, the corpse
And this
off
time-
Tatsumaki. I love it. No, it's not hitting.
waiting
Yeah.
for it.
That was unfortunate. Yeah, again, when he's knocked down, you notice how Slice has to mix up his defensive choices and really have to do something instead of just blocking, as opposed to what Smolcaps has to do. It's just DP or feint something
The
else.
ingenious corpse hop Tatsumaki. I haven't seen that in a long while.
You know what was interesting? Because in that last match, it did seem like Smolcaps was getting a bit frustrated, but he definitely pulled it back.
Yeah, he's
For the next
like
one.
absolutely, once again, fully
Slice.
composed.
And Slice looking to try to maybe punish those drive parry holds. It's just
Now
not
he's actually
working out.
using
Yeah.
the Hashogeki in the block strings as well, because
And there
it's
it is
definitely
again.
chipping away. And the thing is that they made the light Hashogeki -3, so like it's so good now. You can definitely end block strings now with it.
Big. Into the corner we go.
Okay.
And it
Hold the
builds
power
up from
up.
the
Oh,
target
try to
combo
get
as
the
well.
throw.
That's a buff as well.
Yeah. The donkey kick.
So Ryu has 2 target combos. He has heavy kick, heavy punch into heavy kick, and he has medium punch, light kick, and heavy kick. And they can both be cancelled into the Denjin now. And that is a massive buff for him.
Well, I mean, like making sure you can store the Denjin charge and giving various routes into the Denjin charge. It just works in tandem.
Yeah, and also in the corner, for example, he gets decent Oki from those target combos
Yeah, I think
as well.
it's like +6, +7 frame advantage or something like that. Last
Yeah.
time I checked, I don't know if it's changed.
yeah, absolutely.
Nice teleport out, but misses something. Gets the punish countered.
Punish counter
the
throw,
parry
that's
attempt,
building up the
though,
damage.
Nice, yeah.
Nice, that was amazing parry into the DP.
It looked like Slice maybe was looking to punish a parry hold there by not pressing the heavy punch in here as he had been doing earlier.
And he got DP'd in the
And he
face.
got DP for his troubles.
Yeah.
Smolcaps definitely on point right now. Oh,
He has
nice
the-
block.
The Denjin,
What
not
patience?
anymore.
That was
He's
a
gonna
waste
punish for
of
sure.
time to get the punish
He's
on the
so
stand
good at
fierce.
sniffing out those drive reversals. That's the most impressive thing for me, actually. Like, he's always making the most out of that. Like, every time I feel like Slice does it, he probably feels kind of dumb for doing it, even though it's completely validated as a Dawson, for example.
Well, in the first part of this set, like the wake up drive reversals were really hitting. And I think he just found his strike and found out or figured out
he's
where
found
he's
the
using
tempo.
them
Yeah.
and understand where he's going to use them or anticipate them.
Yeah,
So now they're
that's
not really
the beautiful
working out.
thing. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about long sets.
The call out with a teleport back. Reminded me of the Street Fighter 4 backdash on Wake Up to avoid the DP Fads Ultra. Oh, this is
Tatsu.
huge. Nice patience not taking there because that would have been dead.
Ooh,
one.
the jumping medium punch down. That was sick.
Level 3. Shoryuken!
That was the Street Fighter 4 classic, because normally you see people cancelling the jumping medium punch mid-air into EX Tatsu, for example, because that would have been also a valid way to land the level 3 in the corner there, because he could have cancelled it mid-air into the EX Tatsu, but he went for the Street Fighter 4 classic, which is just land the jumping medium punch, land on the ground, and do a DP in the super. Beautiful.
He's gonna build one bar of super here, so if he gets one more clean hit, that'll be the round. He might not even need his super. Teleports away.
Just walks under again.
That
That's
was so
so
good.
ingenious. That's so simple, but so genius at the same time. He's not even trying to like interact when he's in the air. He's just walking under him and getting the positional advantage.
And it's really good that Slice is now changing to the jump medium kick to make sure that it does not get punished on it. This is such a dangerous position. What a good tech. Teleports out. That should be it.
That was such a clutch teleport.
Yeah,
He gets level 2.
Yeah, he's gonna spend it. He did have extra. Yeah, he had extra drive gauge, so he probably could have closed it out with a level 1 conversion into medium Yoga Inferno, but playing it safe. Just go to the sunburst and do your thing.
Did you see the screen shake on that punish
That was
counter?
so good.
They're starting to do that a bit more with the cinematics, or sorry, the
I love it.
button
I love
effects.
it. More flair to the game, always better.
Yo, the one-hit DP, that looked sick.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, nice. Here's the throw loop. Here they're coming.
The yoga slap to the face.
And there you can try to parry the slide, but should they run all the way, it won't help. And the
What did he try and do
pressure.
there? What did he try and do there? I saw it's a
tried to
trap here,
interrupt
so he tried to do
something,
something, yeah. Like,
Maybe he tried
just
the level 3. Yeah.
You've just got to respect that. Unless you're mashing or you get the perfect parry on the Yoga Arch, because it'll be plus in that scenario. Like, you just got to kind of respect it, so. 8-6, though. They're keeping it tight. They're keeping it close.
And there's the perfect parry. Sets up the Oki. Goes for a safe jump, I believe.
Oh, likely. He did not want that. He
That was
definitely
such a
did.
cute normal.
He did not want that 9
That is
frame
such a
light kick.
cute normal, to be honest. Just a little flimsy little leg.
Let's see if he can get out. There it is.
That was such a tricky teleport. You
Dude, he's like a Houdini. Yoga Houdini.
And it looked like he was trying to push Smolcaps back into that EX Fireball with the drive rush. Didn't work out.
Oh, and the yoga shimmy.
Yoga shimmy.
And that is the yoga heartburn.
All right.
He's not
good stuff
being meter
there.
greedy anymore. So that cost him like a couple of rounds earlier in the set. Now definitely spending to make sure that every round is ended if it could be.
Well, look, again, this is an extended set, 1st to 10, so you're going to see a lot of these scenarios on repeat, but it's the speed that they're coming on like replay, right? So at times you think you can throw it like this time, it's like, nope, I've been keeping an eye on it, storing it in the data
Just
banks.
holding the parry once again. Holding the yoga mid-screen here.
All right, there you go, just parrying it out as well. I really think he should do what Veggey identified before. If he's holding that parry, you kind of got to try and sneak in a throw there, maybe.
Yeah, or
He
just
has to
even
hold the
just
yoga
just
corner
hold it,
here.
Just watch him hold it. Make him spend the bar that way.
Oh, he might do level 3. No, he's going to go for empty jump instead.
Doesn't want to waste it.
Just one throw. Gets the hit. That should be it.
All right, he's going to
Level 2,
do
I love that.
Shin Hashogeki, close out that round, and he's looking to go 3 games up again and make it 9-6 his Smolcaps. I've got to say, I've been impressed by what I've been seeing today. Perfect parry.
The perfect parry. He doesn't have the
too
time for
close
the
to
sweep,
ground.
though.
Yeah.
So it looks
That is
like
Making fun from
infamously
slides.
hard to... Yeah.
that might have been
Nice
only
interruption.
medium
Nice, yeah.
to catch now. Oh, the bait! I would have level 3'd.
Oh, could have put him so close to death, but gets it this time directly into the level 3.
If he's
Could
not
maybe
dead,
put him in death range,
if he's not
Jammerz?
dead, I know why. He could. I definitely think he could have done the drive.
That is the yoga tummy ache. Oh, look at Ryu's face. I need a warm blankie and a cup of hot chalky after that.
All right, interesting.
My tummy aches.
I thought he would have had a speck of health left, but again, it is standardized health. So. All right, so it's 8-7 here. Let's see if we can equalize it, or are we going to get a 9-7 here? They're keeping it close. I like it.
Yeah, I
It
love
seems
it.
like it's slowing down a bit again.
Yeah, for
Using
sure.
the fireball to counter it the pokes. Nice.
Oh, gets tagged by the sweep. That is so active. Sometimes, like the Dulcim slides, they throw you off because they're pretty active.
Oh, nice. Did it before. Maybe delay jump. Jump into the dive kick there. We have actually
Nice
not
challenge
seen
from the
a
corner.
drive reversal on Wake Up for like games now. That's how much he's been conditioned by Smolcaps not to do it. I wonder if we'll see it return as he's starting to gain confidence again.
So now he resets back to mid-screen, but that's the...
Oh, misses the combo. Gets
Yeah,
burned out for it.
should've
Takes the throw,
probably
but
gone
that's
for the
good because he's
standing
out of it now. Gets to build back a lot of bar.
Wow! Actually, I don't know. You know what? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He probably wanted to do that. He's gonna get burnt. Yeah. Wow! KO! All right. If he,
That was a win for Smolcaps.
Yeah, 100%.
That wasn't a double KO. That was a win for Smolcaps.
I know it was a DKO, but I'm with Olvaha. That was a win for Smolcaps, like 100%.
Yeah, maybe.
Absolutely.
He would have lost,
definitely
he would have
has
lost
to,
that round
yeah.
if he didn't press the button. Trust me, he would have lost the round if he didn't press the button.
Dude, I love how equal they're in power right now.
Oh, that's big though. Slice with a great start. Close to level 2 as well, so a combo can do a lot of damage.
With the standing,
Yeah,
a little bit too hasty there. A little bit too hasty, my friend. And now Slice is having the time of his yoga mid-screen control life.
He's got
Not ready to punish this time though. Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Are we gonna see one of those comebacks again? I believe. I have great belief.
Oh, just try to yoga approach me right now.
And that was that adaptation we saw with the jump medium kick, because that had that been a jump heavy punch, as in the beginning of the set, that round would have been one guess for game.
Well, it's 8 apiece now. We have equalized. This is the
Close
score
to it, at
of the
least.
duels.
So good.
First to 2
I
now.
love this damn game.
Left him out of the air.
I love this damn game.
It's the punch counter combo this time.
Yeah.
Must have been further out.
I agree with that reversal there. When Dalson teleports after that knockdown, he's like
Such a
posturing.
good-
So I'd take the
Oh,
reversal
those
risk.
drills are hitting the nail on the head right now.
And the rush down Dalsim is coming into play. Nice evasion of the throw.
Ooh,
But
escapes
Slice
once
just
again.
seems so confident all of a sudden. Just everything, like rushing
That's the
in,
power of the
going
long
in.
set.
Did the long set power up finally come?
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying
Oh,
to
he tried to get the throw this
He's
time,
in
yeah.
line now. He's in line.
I wonder if Smolcaps was stressed. Is he gonna get the throw up time or not? Oh,
Oh, and he misses everything there at the end. That was so unfortunate.
All right. Gets the round there, converts into the heavy yoga flame. He's about to build Super Art 2 here, Slice.
Yeah, he got the
nice
yoke.
with punish.
That was
Wow,
beautiful.
let's go.
And that is the power of the buff as well. The dry rush standing fierce combos into the heavy Hashogeki. That is a massive buff for Ryu.
Oh, nice against the bait. That's the first time we've seen it for games. The confidence is there, and he starts.
He's
doing
definitely
the
killing
wake-ups
with
again.
this.
Yeah,
He's
And they're
feasting.
equal on all terms right now.
Yeah, he
Games,
made the
rounds,
equal-
and meter.
yeah. And he got his own little perfect there. Ooh, the rounds start right
Level 3. He's not going to level 3, but he's going to do something else instead. He's going to take
Went
him to
for
the
the
corner
new
straight away.
combo as well. The back heavy kick with the juggle. Walk under the teleport once
I
again.
feel like that reminded me of one of those voice actors say, "I'm not finished yet." Yeah, that was like that
Well,
one.
he
That's
took
that wake up driver or something driving by.
Oh, I mean, I like how he started it round start DI, because it has
I
been
still got more in me.
it's been 16 games, so you're allowed one.
Yeah.
You're allowed one.
Yeah, that's what we spoke about earlier. It's really cool with the long set. You get to see those tools that you don't want to throw out maybe in tournament,
Hold up.
because if they're ready, you might lose.
Hold up, he might
every
cook
now and
something
then.
here.
Here comes the chef.
Yeah,
the overhead,
he has
the
his
battery.
utensils ready.
Oh, was that a delay, Fierce? Oh, guess the trade. This is
My goodness,
really
this is so
tense.
scary. Smolcaps is just trying to make his way in. That is so
Tries to get a
spooky.
check on the drive rush.
If
Lower
he
drive
gets
bar.
a clean hit into a drive rush cancel sequence, he can win this
Oh, he
game.
gets an
but
engine now,
actually,
for
next
sure.
hit wins for both players.
Oh, he could have actually gotten a super.
What's he going to do?
Gonna go for a DP? No,
Oh,
he's
tries to
staying
chase it down.
patient, just
Little bit
bulldogging
afraid.
his way in.
He hasn't got CA yet either, by the way.
He's still slide.
No, he misses it. Mate, no! Oh, man.
Dude,
You
that
bottled
is
it, mate. Ah, classic Street Fighter 6. You do your combo, and halfway through, you press the button, and the game says, "I've got other ideas." Oh, mate, no. Oh.
what a heartbreak.
You just see him do medium punch.
I want to see.
pause,
He
DP.
deserves to get another chance.
My king.
Please, I hope Smolcaps make his 9-9. That would be so sick. A 9-9 set is the greatest.
No, don't worry. This happens in the
Perfect
game.
parry.
It
Is he
ha-
gonna? This time he got the sweep. Nice work from Smolcaps.
This happens in the game. Everyone's had it happen to them in combos. They know the combo, and then at
This
one
time
day
he goes for
you
the
just
DP
do.
as well, and that lands also.
You just do a button, then you
Yeah.
pause for like 3 seconds, and your special comes out. Like, that's an interesting combo.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Oh, he's probably
It's
gonna
just
step
the
back here.
styling
No,
combo.
he actually pushes
Oh, no,
himself
the
into the
burnout.
corner
That's
because
level one,
Slice
though.
teleports out.
That was sick. No, he done the wrong one. I swear you're supposed to do light DP. Is it not light DP?
That was heavy.
Wait, but aren't you
That was
supposed to do
heavy.
light DP to recover
Yes.
in time and punish it?
Yes, that's what
I'm
I'm,
not
thinking.
sure.
Maybe that was level 1. Not ready with the level 1 this time. Slice
And that's
on
set point right now for Slice. He's looking so good.
Bruh.
Dude, I feel like that combo drop started it all.
Go! That was so sick.
Okay, hold up. He's getting some nice damage here. Stagger.
Hold up, let him cook.
I'm definitely letting him
not
cook.
ready though.
I'm not
Gets the
going
back throw,
into
that's
the
so good.
kitchen while he's cooking.
Oh, that's for sure. Oh, nice.
I'm waiting
Escape
at the
from
dinner
corner
table.
From Slice there. Smolcaps though. Potential last round. Gets
The slide, yeah, that's
nice. Oh my days.
over here, buddy.
How did he walk
And
under
the
that with
driver's
the yoga arms
I don't
still
know, but I'm
bouncing?
taking notes. That's all I know.
He's gonna wake up something? No.
Oh, he's
I agree,
definitely
not wake up
dead.
anything.
He's
Because even if it
dead.
landed, you might have lost a round, and that would have been a hard last round. This might be it for Slice. Smolcaps, will he stay alive?
Oh, perfect parry once again. He's so good at that. He's just sniffing him from the air. He could have actually DP'd there, but he was so patient. He was so careful.
Punish counter. He did it. Did he press?
Parried. Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Massive
Burn him
damage
out.
incoming right your way, mister.
Dude, you should have burnt him out. Oh,
You should have
burn him
actually
out,
gone
force
for the
that
head.
burn
You
out.
should have gone for the yoga head.
But he gets the kill anyway, unless he drops it again. Don't drop it. Oh, let's go. Oh, I was scared
The
for him.
9-9.
9-9. Wow.
all right, made amends.
9-9, so fine.
Oh, tried it again. Not ready to punish though.
In the last match, no less.
Yeah, wants to finish. I'm not finished yet. Nice, the SF4, SF5 throw with jab tech. Everything
Oh,
working
the
out
meaty
right
fireball,
now.
that was sick. Oh, he tried to sniff him out in the air. It's so hard. Oh my goodness, I can't keep up. They're so fast.
They're spinning super fast right now. I think that's the fastest they've played the entire set.
Wow, they've
Beautiful
literally
autocorrect
thrown
DP.
logic out of the window. Everything in the kitchen sink is
Dude,
coming out, and now
I
it's
believe
set
in
point.
Shoto supremacy.
Round start DI?
It's set
No, oh.
point.
No, that's
It would've-
too
it
much,
would've
bro. That's
worked.
too much.
Oh my
Like,
days.
that's like putting too much salt in your food.
Okay, I want to see Slice make it last round both sides right now.
Oh, he's absolutely in control. Smolcaps is just pushing the envelope right now. Slice is just trying to get back to his pace.
Oh, and
Oh,
the
he's
air
so
to air
good. He's
readiness.
He's
Nah,
so
he
in
didn't parry.
control. He's all
Perfect
over
parry,
him.
though. With the
He's
back
all
throw.
over
This is
him.
big. Teleport just lets him out of the corner there.
It's one hit till he's done, mate. Oh,
Yeah.
punish counter. Do not wake up with a reversal. Just leave it. You've got another round to
Well,
work with. He tried to
try.
bait it as well. Yeah.
You'd think the
Oh,
guy
this
that
is so
spits
good.
fire would be cooking, but right now it's all about Smolcaps.
I want to see that last round. That would be so sick.
I'm smelling a dry rush.
Oh, not ready. Yeah, I'm smelling a lot of drivers. Just nice. Gets the low. Be very careful though. That level 3 might come out at any time.
Kept the dry rush short there. There was definitely time to dry rush there.
Oh, he's walking forward, standing.
He's just bulldogging his way in.
Nice patience
He's
from
being
Slice.
so stoic.
Oh, the yoga fire. The check.
What an interruption. That's gonna be
Unless he
it.
drops it again.
Wow.
No drop.
Veggey's literally trying to curse the guy. But there you go. Sure
I wanted the
you
last round.
He's going to close it out, ladies and gentlemen. We took it the whole
That was
way. We
good.
took it to the distance. It's 10-9 there. Let me see those GGs in the chat. We thought Smolcaps was going to run away with it, but Slice had other ideas. He definitely sliced through the competition to get to the last point. After a combo drop was looking bleak, but he managed to close it out there. 10-9. This is what the Canadian scene have on offer. Let me see
Beautiful.
those GGs in the chat. It looks like those Ryu buffs are coming in handy, in full effect as well. So with
I'm a
Dhalsim.
Ryu believer.
But we'll definitely have a look at that. We need to recap. We need to let these guys breathe for a little moment, and we need
Us
to.
too.
Well, no, you need to breathe because you can't stop talking. Thank you. Right, what we are going to
Exactly.
do is we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about all that set. 19 games. Can you believe it? We're in the distance again. Ryu and Dhalsim, only here on the Tuesday show. That's why you need to be tuning in every week. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with you very shortly.
That was so good.
Veggey
That was
12.
so good.
What a beautiful set.
Do I resemble this man you call Bison? I shall take that name for myself. Interesting. I shall crush your spirit. This is it.
Peggy 12.
All right, everyone, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring Smolcaps and Slice. If you are just joining us, well, you just missed an electrifying set. It was great from start to finish. Adaptations, new changes, the lot. It was all put into one set that went the distance, 19 games. If you want to go check that out, you can rewind the Twitch stream now, check it out, or you can subscribe to Capcom Fires on the YouTube. You can check out the set there. You will not be disappointed, I can assure you. All right, so we're here for the post-match interview now. Let me double check. Slice, Smolcaps, can you guys hear me again loud and clear?
Hello, loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. So Smolcaps, congratulations to you winning that set there, 10-9. You scared us there for a little bit. You dropped a very important combo by doing, I think it was a heavy. You paused for about 3 seconds, you did a DP. That was wonderful. Don't worry, mate. It happens all the time. Someone in the back mentioned something about CPT money. You don't want to go down that route. Anyway, so we need to talk about this first. Smolcaps, your perspective on the Dulcim matchup. How does it look for you? How would you explain it to someone who's never seen this matchup before?
So, Ryu's kind of like a of all the Shotos, he's the more defensive one. He doesn't really have a lot of ways to get in, but it's cool because he does a lot of damage on defense. But against Dalsim, you have to be the bull. You have to be chasing him, which is uncomfortable. Generally, Ryu's able to get in with Fireball Drive Rush the way a lot of Shotos do, but Dalsim has so many ways to get around Fireball that it's really hard to get any offense started. So a lot of it is just me trying to patiently inch in and just like hope he like whips a limb, hope I get a lucky jump in. But I have to like, you can't play smart the whole time because a Dalsim player will outsmart you. So you kind of just have to kind of intentionally get random.
Oh no, of course. Playing smart against Dalsim is just like, it's not a good idea for anybody, to be honest. Like the Dalsim player wants you to play smart so they can win. Like it happens all the time. You have to take that risky, arbitrary approach to really get comfortable. There was something we all noticed you did like quite successfully a lot of the time, and it was, well, at least for me, I think it was like 2 or 3 things, but for me, you were perfect parrying Dalsim's jump roundhouse and jumping heavy punch pretty close to the ground. You seem confident doing that. Not many people would even try to do that. They just block it and call it a day. Is that just the experience between you and Slice that you're comfortable doing that, or does that really help in the matchup change things?
The goal was really, like, the perfect parries were accidents. The goal was more just to gain drive meter because I kind of accept he's going to be harassing me from that range anyways. I just don't want to burn out in the process. If I happen to get a perfect parry, that's cool. But you saw a point where Slice kind of recognized that I was going for that thought. He would do, I guess, short buttons in the air to bait my parry out and throw me.
Yeah.
So, but like, as long as he doesn't represent that too much, I think you just may as well just, because you have to parry against Dalsim.
Oh, 100%.
Whether it's on the ground or air.
Yeah, 100%. I think the perfect parries you have to do in the neutral to anticipate a limb, those are the most annoying ones, and especially because of the new change to perfect parry, that's a little bit more risky to do, but I guess it feels more satisfying to do if you get it right. But I guess the Dalsim players are kind of more astute towards when people might want a perfect parry or attempt the parry against them now. So that's actually really interesting.
I actually have a question regarding Smolcaps' gameplay, especially. So we had these situations where Slice was teleporting behind, and a lot of times you were content with walking under Dalsim instead of trying to challenge him in the air. Is this like a general approach for you? And when did you realize that you want to approach the teleport and dealing with the teleport this way instead of like DPing, for example?
Yeah. So yeah, you can kind of we have a Dalsim in our scene, Shane Walker, and playing him, if you let him escape once, you just lose a round. So if you get him to the corner, and if you get Dalsim to the corner, and let's say he teleports out and you DP it, he wins the exchange. And that goes for a lot of characters, I think. If someone jumps out of the corner and I cross-cut them, even though they take damage, they're still in a better position because they're not in the corner. But that goes especially for Dalsim because now we're just starting this chase again. Ideally, every time he does a teleport behind me, I dash under, and that gives me a little more space to punish whatever button he's coming down with. I end up just walking under a lot. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But I think even if I don't punish, that's fine. I'd rather just keep the corner.
Yeah.
Actually, that's actually a well thought out strategy, to be honest. And like it kind of ties into what you're saying before. Like you're just trying to you're trying to regain the drive gauge back, so you're not completely near burnout. You got something to work with, especially when you need to dish out that big damage. So I guess it all kind of ties in hand. All right, let's go to Slice. Slice, what's your perspective on this matchup? I know you utilized float a fair bit, and I do like the way Dalsim plays float around fireballs and make their opponents play a different way. But what's Dalsim versus Ryu like for you in this version of the game?
Yeah, man. I think, well, first of all, that was a very good set. First of all, I'm just very happy that it went down to the wire and neither of us are going to feel bad about that. Even though I lost, like, it's great. We're good friends and put on a show for sure, so I'm very happy. But this matchup in Season 1, I always thought was close, but I thought Dalsim won. And now in Season 2, with Ryu's Fireball especially being just a lot better now with the new Denjin stuff, and just his offense just getting better and better and better. I think it's even or Ryu slightly wins, which is kind of crazy for me to say because I've always thought that this matchup was really good for Dhalsim. But I find that nowadays, Ryu just wins the fireball war against Dhalsim because his fireball is just a lot faster. So Dhalsim has to float over the fireballs if he wants to like stay at that mid-range. And then, obviously, there was that mind game we were playing for a while where I would try to come down with a float heavy punch, and then he would parry it, and then he kept perfect parrying, so I was like, okay, I'm going to press light punch and bait out the parry, but he was buffering drive rush behind it, so it didn't matter, which was a really good adaptation from him. But, yeah, I think this matchup, the neutral, so like the mid-range, obviously can be really annoying for Ryu to approach, and I feel like the Ryu player has to be pretty wild in their decision making. Like as you were saying earlier, you can't just like be smart and pick the best and like least risky option all the time against Dhalsim because you can't really do that. So you gotta be really calculated with how you're gonna approach. But yeah, I feel like the risk reward in neutral is definitely in Ryu's favor to the point where he can throw a lot of fireballs, but also if he wants to jump, right? The risk on him jumping, if he gets it, it's like potentially round winning.
Yeah, it's huge.
And if I anti-air him, it's like a slap on the wrist, right? It's not that big of a deal. And then obviously there was things in the matchup that I could have been doing better, like I wasn't checking any drive rushes. I just wasn't ready at all to check his drive rushes. But yeah, mid-range is tough, and then obviously you guys saw, once Ryu gets in on Dhalsim, man, it is rough.
Yeah, it looks rough, but hey, I mean, because you know the matchup so well, it was down to the wire 10-9. So again, despite that, I'm going to note this matchup down and keep an eye on it for future tournaments and whatnot. Now,
But
oh, go on.
Do you agree with that sentiment about the matchup, Smolcaps, or do you have a different view on like if it's like slightly in Ryu's favor or otherwise?
I disagreed with almost all of that.
No, I kind of understood.
Let me hear it.
So I mean, so yeah, like Ryu has better. The biggest thing is better throwing tools with the fireball, and again, it is nice to be able to throw fireballs while still having a charged Hashigeki stocked up, so I can convert easily. But ultimately, like stock or not, Dhalsim can still just get through the fireballs pretty easily. He has slide, crouch fears, floating, yada yada. So it's still kind of a risky option for me. And in terms of anti-air, like, so the nice thing about the matchup, like that's like mentioned, is that once I get in, I do so much damage. Like, I only really need to touch him like twice to win a round. So yeah, once it's difficult to get in, and he can like anti-air me all he wants, but like once I'm in, that's just the round. But in terms of like anti-airs not giving him enough mileage, or checks not giving him enough mileage, that's kind of just how it works for a lot of characters. I think just most characters' anti-airs don't do as much damage as like the person jumping in at them would get.
Yeah, that's been like that since Street Fighter 5, and in this game it feels like it's been amplified courtesy of the drive system. So, I mean, it's a intrinsic thing for players to, if you jump, you're just naturally programmed to anti-air. But then again, for the person taking the risk, it's, well, you just see the gold coins. You're just like, well, if I land this, it's only going to be a 50% combo, as opposed to they have to be consistently laser focused for the next 6 jumps, and one of them is going to hit, because you're not going to expect the 4th one. So it can definitely be like that. So I can understand the disagreements, the agree to disagree from perspectives in this matchup. Go back to Slice now. Slice, how big of a change was the scaling to lights or light combos for Dhalsim? It seems pretty big, because obviously his BNBs and a lot of the stuff he needs to do comes from lights. Would you agree that it was kind of a nerf, or do you not feel it at all?
Honestly, I haven't really felt it very much. Obviously, like, Dhalsim lands lights a lot from, like, you know, just like jab interrupts and like drills and like +3 situations. But yeah, I don't think that change was that big of a deal.
Okay.
I don't think most of Dhalsim's changes were that big of a deal. I think drive reversal was probably the biggest buff he got. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
no, fair, 'cause
the other
I was,
buffs weren't very meaningful.
I was speaking to Mr. Crimson not too long ago, and he did say like Dhalsim is better now, but I don't think there was any like standout changes. Obviously, from an objective standpoint, it looks like you can use OD Yoga Blast now as an anti-air, depending on your spacing, because you'll get a bit more damage from that.
Yep.
I mean, Yoga Comet going full screen. I think his Yoga Fire is faster overall. They look like just quality of life changes that look pretty cool. But as you said, I think it's kind of the universal changes that played an even bigger role. Was there something? Were you expecting a little bit more for Dhalsim, or do you think we're going in the right direction for how Dhalsim wants to play in SF6?
Well, to be honest, I feel like all Dhalsim players this season can kind of agree that like I've talked and I'm in like group chats with all these like Dhalsim players that we all know.
The secret Dhalsim Discord that we don't know about that we do know about, right? Is that the one?
Nah. See, like I'm just talking like these are my friends.
Hypotheticals, right? Hypothetical,
so, like, hypothetical situation.
Right, cool.
Yeah.
A friend of a friend says, "Okay, go on."
Yeah, exactly. No, so I think most Dhalsim players agree this season that basically hasn't really changed.
Okay.
He or just how he plays is pretty much the exact same. Like the Yoga the Yoga Flame into level 3 is just a quality of life.
Yeah.
His Mummy knocking down doesn't really matter. His EX Comet going full screen doesn't really matter.
Okay.
The only buff that he got that I would say is noticeable when it works is the EX Blast into level 1 anti-air. That you definitely notice the damage difference from before. But that move is really hard to land as an anti-air because you need to be so focused on jumps and only jumps.
Yeah.
So if your opponent's jumping a lot, obviously it'll be easier for you to focus on that. But if I'm playing against someone like Smolcaps where he's cycling his options really well, and he's not just only jumping and drive rushing, he's mixing in a bunch of these other things, it's really hard to actually use EX Yoga Blast as an anti-air. So as far as do I think the character's headed in the right direction, I don't think he's really changed. Very interested to see if he gets buffed in future seasons. But yeah, we'll see. I don't really know yet.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Do you think Dhalsim would be one of the best characters in the game if Drive Impact and Drive Parry wasn't there? Would you agree he'd be one of the best characters in the game if those two weren't there?
Oh, what a question. That's a very...
I know you Dhalsim players be thinking about it.
That's a very hypothetical question, but I'll give you an answer. I think Drive Impact isn't that... I know a lot of people, especially going into this game, they were thinking, oh wow, Dhalsim's so weak to Drive Impact. None of his big moves are cancelable, you're just gonna be able to Drive Impact everything. That's not really the case. The risk reward on your opponent just tapping Drive Impact in neutral is you just don't press anything. It's kind of nice. And the better Dhalsim players will just move around more instead of just constantly pressing something at all times. So I don't think Drive Impact is that big of a deal. But I mean, Drive Parry, if we're extending that to Drive Rush,
well,
Drive Rush is hard for Dhalsim to deal with, man. With all the mental stack, I think in that set that I just had with Smolcaps, I think I might have checked 1, maybe 2 Drive Rushes, maybe. It's really hard, man. So I would say without Drive Rush, hypothetically, if that wasn't in the game, I think it would greatly help him because it's an option that you wouldn't have to look out for. But yeah, I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
Okay. Let me ask you this then as well. Just with what they've done with Dhalsim this season, going forward, is it highly advised for Dhalsim players to have a secondary character, or is it are we just being Dhalsim loyalists here? We're just playing Dhalsim alone? Because I know you've got a Blanca. Mr. Crimson's messing around with Akuma, I believe, at the moment. But is it advised if you're going into competitive play using Dhalsim, you need a secondary character because of what's happened with other characters in the game, or is it safe to say you can still do some damage with Dhalsim alone?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a few Dhalsim players that have been able to just really hard rock out this character, like Crimson, YHC Mochi, Torimeshi. These guys are loyalists to the characters and they've done very well respectively. For me personally, I felt like I definitely needed a co-main or another character there because Dhalsim's matchup spread, on paper it looks really good because you'll have more winning matchups than losing matchups. But if you look at the losing matchups, it's like Hammy, DJ, Luke, Ken, like a bunch of like super popular characters you'll run into like a lot in brackets, right? So, and these matchups are generally like pretty bad, especially like Cammy and DJ. Since these are popular characters and they're not good matchups, like it turns Dhalsim into a not very consistent tournament pick. You kind of just want something on the side. So for me, going into Gommel 2 weeks ago, I was mostly playing Blanca, right? I played Blanca against Smolcaps even, right? Because that was just a matchup that I was more comfortable in. Obviously, like today, I just wanted to play Dhalsim, and I love Dhalsim. I just want to play this character. He's amazing. But I feel like for me personally, I definitely needed a secondary character. But obviously, there are people that are loyalists. They're not going to change. Like, I mean, Crimson might pick up Akuma. We'll see. But it's possible. I would advise picking up a secondary because I feel like it can be inconsistent otherwise. But it's really up to the player.
No, I like that.
Okay, so actually, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper on that actually, and I want to ask you what kind of characters do you think are good picks as secondaries for Dhalsim? You obviously play a little bit of Blanca, and we've seen some Dhalsim players go for maybe little bit of Akuma, but is there anything else that comes to your mind, in your personal opinion?
So I think all that really matters at the end of the day is you look at Dhalsim's bad matchups, you figure out which ones you don't like the most, and then you want to find a character that can help you with those bad matchups, right? So for me personally, my least favorite 3 were DJ, Cammy, and Kimberly.
Interesting.
Kimberly, I absolutely hate. There's someone in my region called Zycles, I know he's in the chat right now, who has made me absolutely despise that matchup with a passion.
So he's doing his job then?
Yeah, absolutely. Right? But because of that, I would say he's probably the main reason I picked up secondaries. So I picked up
Catalyst.
Blanca. Yeah, and this Blanca pick has significantly helped me with the Kimberly matchup, the Cammy matchup, the DJ matchup. And now, if I'm going into a tournament setting, I don't feel like I need to worry about running into these bad matchups because I have a character that can help me with that. So I'm not like... I play a lot of characters, but I don't want to say that I'm like the most knowledgeable with every character. So I don't want to be like, just pick, I don't know, let's say Marissa, right? Because I'm sure some Marissa players will disagree that they cover some matchups that Dhalsim doesn't, right?
Yeah.
But if you feel like, this goes for any character, you're playing into whatever these bad matchups are, and you just feel like you're not having it, you want some help, right? Just find a character that does well against those.
Yeah.
That should be
simple
the main
advice.
focus.
Great advice, yeah.
Simple advice. Veggey, have you got anything else you want to ask before I hit them with the last?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that you can almost thank, was it Cycles?
Cycles, yeah.
Cycles for, because I'm sure that Blanco pick really helped you when you got that tournament performance. So shout outs to him for that. That's all I wanted to add on.
Alright.
Most definitely.
I love how some players with their characters can be a driving force in you finding other solutions in the game. I just think that's so cool.
Wow.
Absolutely, man.
100%.
But before we move on, do you think it's hard because it's hard to ask other people what characters does this character lose to? Did you find it? Did you pick Blanca based on what other people told you, or was it because you felt Blanca did well in those matchups? Because I can experience that if you ask one player with character X and one player with character Y, they might both say that this matchup is hard. So it's kind of hard to like ask other people for what character you should pick. Even that seems hard to me unless it's an obviously bad matchup. So when you picked Blanca, was it only based on like you thought he would be good in these matches, or did you think that, or did you like get advice from the others around that?
Yeah, so for me personally, it was a little bit easier for me because I don't like playing popular characters. I always tend to like shift towards playing these like more niche, less popular characters.
Never would have.
So obviously Dhalsim, right? And Blanca's usage rate is like very low as well. So I was just testing him out. He was very strong. And as for what you're saying of like different people will have different opinions on a matchup, right? So you can't just like ask people what their thoughts on a matchup is and then pick up a character based on that.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's just personal feel, right? You just play the character into a matchup. Does it feel good? Does it not feel good?
Yeah.
If it does, maybe play that character, test them out against more characters, right?
No, you're right. It's definitely a perspective thing and a long experimental process that a lot of us need to go through and hopefully have the time to do so. Right, gentlemen, I'm gonna hit you with my slew of questions. I'm gonna put you on the spot before we let you guys go. Smolcaps, we'll start with you first. Right, we're in the new version of this game. We're gonna do a little bit of Would You Rather. I like doing this one. Would you rather Aki, this new version of Aki, be the best in the game, or Akuma be the best in the game? You can only pick one. Which one would you rather have as the best in the game for the next competitive season?
Oh boy.
It's a tough one, I know.
This is actually easy.
Who do you want running the joint in Street Fighter 6 for the next 365 days?
I want Akuma to be the best,
Based.
because then people will call me a low tier hero again.
Interesting.
Based.
So for personal reasons, I like that.
For personal reasons.
Even if
Based.
Akuma gets even more fleshed out than he is now. I know there's a bit of controversy behind him, but even if he got more fleshed out, he became stronger than he is now, more optimized.
You know what? I feel like I might be doing a disservice to the community with this answer.
Well,
It should be Aki. It should be Aki.
wow.
No.
I didn't change his mind or anything. I just gave him a scenario. Okay. He thinks Aki, so he wants Fireball Drive Rush running the joint. Don't worry, we had someone last week. He said Aki takes no skill. So.
Oh wow.
I know. Even I was a bit astonished.
Is it a hot take?
Don't worry, we'll get to that.
I'd rather deal with Fireball Drive Rush than Air Fireball.
No way.
Ooh.
No way.
Fireball maybe though.
There's no way.
Interesting.
That's true though. There's personal bias there.
I'd rather deal with Fireball Drive Rush and Air Fire. Wow. Damn. This is why we can't give players nice things these days. It's crazy. Alright, no. Slice, what about you? Would you rather this new version of Aki be the best in the game or Akuma run the joint? Which one would you prefer?
Oh gosh. I would say probably Akuma.
Based.
Because
he plays Dhalsim.
I mean, that matchup is good. I can't complain.
Oh, don't worry, I know.
Oh,
But-
I love it. I love
but
it.
no. Well, man. I mean, he's a more popular character, right? Obviously, if a character becomes like top one, the character will obviously just become more popular, right? So.
Not every
I
top
don't know.
one character is used
That's
by
true.
everyone.
That's
you know?
true. But yeah, I would say Akuma. I think Aki is the best would be weird, man.
You think
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Someone actually said it out loud.
so? Aki
That'd be
being the
great
best.
though. Let's play a weird season.
So then, all right, indulge
stop.
me on this real quick, Slice. Would you rather a fundamentally strong character running the joint, or a gimmicky 8-way character running the joint? What would you rather have? Just in general.
You're saying, would I rather Ryu be the best character or Dhalsim be the best character?
Well, you can shape it however you want it.
I would say fundamental, probably. Like, I'm
Yes.
trying to think of like a comparison for like a character that's more tricky and like gimmicky being like the best character.
I mean, Rashid can
But-
run the joint if you want.
That's true.
Simple and clean.
And
But yeah, I would say fundamental based is
summon you.
probably better.
Okay, no, that's an interesting answer. I like that. I always love getting the players to really think about this stuff because they're like, maybe I've got to backtrack on this one. I'm not too sure, but no, I like those answers from the pair of you. All right, my next question is: did both of you play SF5?
I only played the last season.
Okay, that still works. Slice, did you play SF5 at all?
I actually have a little bit of a story here, just a quick one for Veggey actually.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't play 5 that much, but Veggey, I actually, like, I want to say a year and a half ago, I was picking up Birdie, and I think I messaged you on Discord for, like, advice with the character. I don't know if you remember, but I definitely do, and we had like a little chat about
He's gonna
like
find it now.
birdie stuff.
No.
It wasn't long.
Hope it was.
Yeah,
nice.
I was a complete nobody back then. I didn't play Street Fighter much at all, but I joined the Birdie Discord and I hit you up and asked for some advice.
I love
So
it.
I didn't play SF5 that much, but things come full circle, I guess.
Did he tell you to get good?
I hope I was not rude.
I mean,
No answer. Okay. So.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Oh no, I thought that was
Veggey 13.
oracle. No, it was we didn't talk that much. It was just
Okay.
like a little conversation.
Yeah, get good, bro.
wow. No, that's crazy. Basically,
You're mean as hell.
my question was gonna be: do you both remember the V shift mechanic and how it worked?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember it as well,
Yes.
Slice? Okay, perfect. Right. Would you rather V shift be the defensive mechanic but cost 2 drive stocks in SF6, or would you rather have parry be the defensive mechanic and it stay the same the way it is now? If you could pick between the two. We'll go with Smolcaps first.
I think V shift costing 2 meters would be pretty punishing. Just like on a failed V shift, if you just end up, especially if you're in the corner, you just end up where you were already
Okay.
and get punched. I think that just like would create a lot of problems for the defender.
Doesn't drive reversal do that already?
It does, and I actually do think like drive reversal is actually not a great wake up tool, just because you can still jab into it and they'll still get punished. So yeah, I think V shift would do the same thing, except you'd also be losing ground in neutral, assuming you're doing it like mid screen or something.
Okay, fair. Because if I remember correctly, when you did the V shift, if you just did the backdash, it was fine, but you built bar back if it was successful. And then if you hit them with the V break, I can't remember if you built more or if it was just the same. If it was a successful V shift, you built back some bar. I wouldn't know if Capcom would even try to like, oh, you gain drive gauge back if it's successful, because people just wouldn't bait anymore. But no, that's a valid point. That's a valid point, because the defensive mechanics do have their fair share of issues, but they can still work in certain situations. Slice, what about you? Would you like parry to kind of remain the same and be the main defensive mechanic, or would you think V shift would work in Street Fighter 6?
I think I agree with pretty much everything Smolcaps said. Obviously, like Polaroid, like parry's crazy polarizing, right? Like that's a crazy defensive tool. And I wish it was probably toned down in some ways. But yeah, I don't know. I think V-shift, a non-successful one, would be very punishing.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at drive reversal, right? I was getting blown up for my drive reversals, man. Like, it's nice to have, right? But holy, it's like scary to pull the trigger on it. So I feel like it would be a similar situation.
Okay, no, that's interesting. I like that. Right, because we are running out of time, so I'm going to go straight to my final, because we still actually have to do a couple of things. We do have a guest coming on. Right, I think I've already heard it. I'm going to ask you anyway. You might surprise me with something different. Smolcaps, have you got a hot take for Street Fighter 6? Is there something you think that only you think about, that no one else is thinking about, or you're going to surprise people? You got a hot take for Street Fighter 6?
I feel like I already said like 5 hot takes in the past hour.
I mean, you can pick one
You
for me
still
now.
got a 6?
And you got to die on this hill, so you got to pick one and die on the hill.
I have one.
Talk to me.
Burnout isn't punishing enough.
Interesting. Why do you think it's not punishing enough?
The chip. Well, I say this from the bias of like a real player where I can't really like.
Oh, don't
rush
worry.
it
I
down
know.
with
Right?
burnout.
We've interviewed hundreds of players. I think we
Yeah.
we get the bias part. Don't worry. Set your case. Go on.
Between chip damage not being that significant when you're in burnout, blocking attacks such as those that do chip, just getting you out of burnout quicker, and being able to maintain a steady stream of offense, especially if you're a character like, let's say, Cammy or Ken, where you can kind of like, you have those quote-unquote neutral skip tools, those plus on block tools, really allows you to bypass what's supposed to be the weakness of overspending.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it's a good point.
No,
I think it depends on the character, but yeah, I definitely
No,
agree.
it's a good point, and a few people have said burnout is not punishing enough in their own way. So I think I definitely need to gather the collection of reasons and come to something. But I can understand that, because there are some characters that are still pretty good, especially if they burn themselves out. They put you in the corner on the offense, and then they've got all that real estate to work with. It's like it's very difficult. And then they go back. They're limited in their tools, but they go back to playing traditional Street Fighter. If you try to jump, they're going to anti-air you. If you try to do a DI to catch them off guard, they're going to jump, then they get a full jumping combo. So it can be a little bit awkward to play against. I kind of agree with that.
And as the aggressor, as the person who's not in burnout, you're kind of encouraged to spend meter to get through that.
Yes.
But then they get out of burnout, you're on 1 meter.
That's a very good way of looking at it. You're kind of enticed to do it, and you don't even realize it, because you're like, oh, I can. It's kind of like you're goaded into, like you said, spending more meter, and it's like, okay, I want to get this round, but if the guy is actually resolute on defense and pretty good at managing the scenario, which people are getting way better at handling the scenarios now, I can understand that kind of direction. All right, Slice, what about you? Have you got a hot take? Is there something you think about that you type on Discord that no one knows in that secret Dalsum chat you're in?
I had to think about something while Smolcaps was talking, because I didn't have anything ready.
That's why I asked him first.
But I think I have one.
Talk to me, surprise me.
Same as him, like he said a few earlier. I said, like, I think Luke is a lot better than people think, but I think my biggest hot take that, like, I would say almost no one agrees with is that Akuma is not as good as people think he is.
Oh.
That's my, like, that I would think. That's my one where it's like, okay, I feel like almost no one agrees with that.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've been keeping up with social media recently. Angry Bird put out a tweet, and it's made its rounds. Tokido done a video where he's had to go back and dedicate his time to Ken, obviously because of all the tournaments coming up. But
yeah,
there are one or two people.
We see Angry Birds. What did he say?
Angry Bird said his fireballs are amazing, but his drive rush is not that good, and his normals lack stability. That's me paraphrasing here. He said if we're talking about his corner pressure, though, it's top 2 in the game, which I can agree with, because we have to break down his corner pressure. We're going to be here all day doing the dissertation, and we'd actually pass, because it actually works. But yeah, there's been one or two people that are a bit skeptical of Akuma's strengths. We had someone on last week. We were talking about Akuma. But he was playing Akuma, so it might have been a biased opinion, but you don't play him, so you might have seen him and said, okay. I can understand, because I was a bit skeptical about certain things myself, but I don't know if we're being gaslit or we just need to give it a little bit of time.
I think we're being gaslit.
I don't know. He's got a bottomless pit of strengths, but then when you put them all together in this system, is it the system that's holding him back? Because those individual strengths are brilliant. Do you think it's the drive system that's holding him back, Slice?
I'm really not too sure if it's the drive system.
Okay.
But like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, obviously, I still think the character is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's undeniable.
Oh yeah, no one's gonna do.
I'm seeing people putting him as like, I'm seeing people put him as like the best character in the game, and I'm like, oh, I just can't agree with that. Like, I still think he's very, very strong. I don't know if it's the drive meter specifically. I think some things that maybe Tokido and Angry Bird alluded to definitely have some truths to it. But yeah, I still think he's really strong, but definitely not as good as a lot of people have been saying.
Okay. Well, we got you live on camera, so if anyone wants to find out who said Akuma's not that good, we got it all taped and recorded. And no, I'm kidding. I'm only playing. No, honestly, we might see it. I need to see him a little bit more in tournament, but I think he came out at an awkward time. It's good that he's out, but in terms of competitive play, he might have come out at an awkward time. So we might not see him until probably confidently maybe 2-3 months, maybe 5 months down the line, and then we'll come back and watch Slice's opinion. We'll watch the old Tokido video and go, what did you guys say now? Was this not you? Well, no, honestly, that was brilliant. I like those takes from you guys. So don't worry, it's all caught on camera, 4K and 60 frames per second. Fantastic.
Shipped
all right.
and clipped.
So we have just about run out of time with you both. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Can we get the fight card up on screen so the guys know where to follow these two lovely gentlemen? Great talking to them. I love talking. I love their personalities, and I like how good they are at this game as well, representing the Canadian scene. All right, gentlemen, this is about the time where we give you the last words before we let you leave the Discord call. So, Slice, you first. Any last words? Anyone want to thank? anyone you want to shout out, the podium's yours.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. This is awesome. I had a lot of fun. I'm very happy that we got to put on a show and it was a really good set. This is usually what happens in our friendly sets. They're always very, very close, and I'm very happy I got to play Dhalsim and just kind of escape the Blanca I felt like I had to use in all these tournaments. So very happy to get this opportunity. But yeah, as for thank yous, like my local scene, I'm from Ottawa. Smolcaps are from Toronto, so we're not actually from the same place. My local scene's amazing. Big shout out to all the TOs over there. Will, Zycles, Luke, thanks for driving me to all of our tournaments. But yeah, those people massively helped me. There's a guy called Tino who's good friends with me and Smolcaps who's helped us a lot. Yeah, my local scene, my friends, thanks to you guys for letting us do this, and yeah, that's it for me.
Perfect. Smolcaps, what about you? Anyone want to shout out? Anyone you want to thank at all?
Of course. Well, first, I want to thank you, the Capcom Fighters, and you, gents, for putting on a fun show and chat. In Toronto, shout out to TOSFHQ, Heroes World, and Incendium, just putting on fighting game events for years and years. And there's one man I'd like to shout out in particular, M. Bison.
Okay.
For finding his way back to me.
Oh, okay, I get it. Are you
On
gonna
a Tuesday, no less.
Are you gonna be using Bison when he drops? I assume.
Immediately, absolutely.
I like that. I'm expecting good results this year from you, or from you both, I should say as well. Keep it up. Hopefully, these guys get to see you in your local scenes and in some of the tournaments that are coming down the line as well. You can see their Twitter accounts at the bottom there, so make sure you follow them. All right, gentlemen, when you're ready, you guys can leave the Discord call, and then I'll drop you guys, or no, my producers will drop you guys a message thanking you again for joining us later.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty then.
Thank you so much.
Take care, gentlemen.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right. That was a good show. Again, shout out
It was
to
amazing.
Mufasa from the Canadian scene for suggesting those players over to us. Put on a good show. Look, they didn't disappoint. 10-9. They did not disappoint. The Canadians,
one of the best sets.
They know what they're doing, those Canadians.
Absolutely.
One of the
I loved
greatest
it.
sets since Street Fighter 6 started.
No,
in my
absolutely.
opinion, so
This is what
I
we
had a great
always.
time.
This is exactly what we always want with the 10-9s. Exactly. Last game. It wasn't last round, but it went to the last game. We can definitely accept that there. So that was actually brilliant.
The community agrees.
Of course. And shout out to all the Canadians that came through to support their people.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Right.
Yeah, it was so fun.
We have got to swiftly move on. So what is next? I believe we are doing something. I need the producer in my ear to remind me what we are doing. Okay, so what we are going to do is the person who actually suggested these players and brought them on the show, we're actually going to do a little chat with him real quick for a limited amount of time. So we're actually going to get him on. So if we do have Mufasa, he is here with us. If we can get him to unmute his microphone, someone might need to message him and tell him that. But there we go. Never mind. The mic is unmuted. Perfect. So this is the man behind all the work, the mechanics that go into the Canadian scene, or at least part of it as well. So Mufasa, thank you very much for coming on the show and joining us tonight. Obviously, I didn't personally set this up, but it's a pleasure to speak to you because, forgive me, I might have lost count. Is this the 4th time we've spoken? Or is it the 3rd?
This is at least the 4th time now we've spoken, yes.
Okay, my numbers were right. So it's a pleasure to be talking with you here with the rest of the guys here as well. So, first thing I want to ask is, I'll ask you a simple question that every TO should be asked. Why have you gone through such lengths to promote the Canadian scene? It might be a bit out there to ask, but what kind of goal do you have with all of this?
Honestly, for me, what it comes down to is that Canada has kind of been a beacon for fighting games for a while. And, just shortly before like the pandemic and all that stuff, we had some obviously really large events that were very, very well known worldwide, and even had some representation within the Capcom Pro Tour in the past as well too. But unfortunately, some of those initiatives are no longer around anymore. So with our team over at Incendium, we hope that we can kind of rejuvenate some of that back again. With the pandemic kind of like easing down a bit, we're just trying to do more events and remind people that Canada has a very strong scene within the fighting game community, especially in Street Fighter.
No, that's really good. And of course, you guys, you've been part of the World Warrior program for the past, I want to say 2 years now. Am I wrong?
Yes, that's correct. This is year 3 for us now.
Perfect. How has that been for you? Watching more people come in and compete, try to qualify for the finals, and then obviously organizing in general, because that takes a lot of organization to do.
Yes, it's really exciting, especially, well, first off, when we kind of closed off within the final year of Street Fighter V, it was really nice to see like the strong support of our community come in and still play Street Fighter V, despite the fact that people kind of had a feeling, an idea that Street Fighter 6 was on its way coming in into the scene and whatnot. But people were still very excited and engaged to play because before World Warrior, like Toronto or Canada for a whole never really had much representation within or spotlight with Capcom for a good while. So that was kind of like a start for us, and we got to represent a lot of players. Jeremy Rogan, who was a 2-time qualifier for World Warrior, both in 2022 and last year as well with the first year of Street Fighter 6. He came out there, showed off what he could within the Canadian scene, and recently we just had Safe, who just actually was a top 8 finalist at Capcom Cup 10 this year. So I think with this year, it's going to be very interesting and exciting with the merger of both US East and also Canada East going to be all one region. It's going to be very exciting seeing players like Mena RD, obviously, IDOM, and then of course, like from the Canadian side, you're going to have, like I mentioned, Joe Rogan, Slice, Safe, and all those other guys all competing.
Okay, no, that's actually really good. Speaking of the players, is there any player from your perspective, because again, you've seen, you've nurtured, you've given them a home to play fighting games, whether it be online or offline, is there any players we should be paying attention to more that they haven't got enough spotlight, you feel?
Well, I mean, that was kind of one of the reasons why I want to specifically pick these two individuals, Smolcaps and Slice.
Okay, perfect.
Just because they've been in the scene for a little bit since, I guess, kind of nearing the end of Street Fighter. Well, actually, Smolcaps, he's been around since Street Fighter 4, truth be honest with you. And then Slice, kind of, as you mentioned, recently got in within Street Fighter 5. But they've been really showing out a lot within Street Fighter 6. And we have a lot of other great players as well, too. Obviously, Brutus is from our region as well, too. Amazing Zangief player. But I want to kind of showcase people who don't really get shown out much within our scene. And yeah, I think what we had today with sets with these two players was a great taste of what people can expect from Capcom Pro Tour World Warrior North America East starting next week.
Awesome. No, that's actually very good. I know people. Well, I hope people read websites. They do when it benefits them.
It depends.
But can you, just for people who probably don't know, can you remind of the dates? Are the dates locked in? All the dates locked in for the World Warrior for you guys?
Most of them are. Our August one might potentially change, but as of right now, the dates that we have locked in. So as I mentioned, next week, Friday, June 21st, is going to be our first qualifier that we have. And then in July 12th is going to be our second one. Third one will be August 2nd. However, that one, like I mentioned, that one may possibly change due to conflicts with another event. And then we have September 6th will be our fourth qualifier, and then our final qualifier before the regional finals will be on October 25th.
Perfect. I should have asked you this at the start, but
no worries.
From your perspective, what's because obviously the players have a different perspective. What's your perspective on Street Fighter 6? Watching it for a whole year now, and you're watching people qualify or like compete at the highest level, the local scene, the Capcom Cup, all sorts. So what's your perspective watching Street Fighter 6?
I think, like, personally, in terms of just as a competitive game, I think it's very engaging to watch. Just seeing like our scene as well too, perceiving the game as just a video game, not even just as like a esport, just as something to play and have fun. It's probably been the most engaging we've had with our community or our scene since probably Street Fighter 4. Truth to be honest with you, and that's a great thing. I think this is the best fighting game Capcom has honestly made, personally. I really, really, really enjoy this game a lot, and our scene as well too here in Canada. We really like Street Fighter 6.
Very huge positive reception from what you've been saying. That's interesting. All right, one last question from me before we let you go, because we are running out of time. Outside of World Warrior, have you got any plans, any surprises for your scene in terms of competitive play? Any surprise events coming down the line for you, or can you not divulge those plans to us on camera?
Unfortunately, I can't disclose that information right now, but we are, Incendium is working on stuff though. Just be sure to check out our social media, Incendium_GG on X or Twitter, however you prefer to call that. And yeah, we do online tournaments pretty much every week as much as we can, which does include Street Fighter 6 on Fridays. But outside of that, yes, we'll have more news to share on any offline activations or in-person stuff in the future.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Right, his Twitter account is down under his name there. You can see it, Mufasa the Third. Is there anywhere else people want to follow you, or you just want to keep it strictly on X? I know some people.
Yeah, X is pretty much what I'm on majority of the time. You could also, if you use Instagram, it's also the same too, but I'm primarily on X majority of the time.
All right, perfect. All right, Mufasa, I don't want to take up any more of your time. So thank you so much for shedding some light on your scene. And thank you for bringing these players, honestly. I wasn't sure. I wasn't expecting. I wasn't sure what to expect, sorry. But listen, these guys, they showed up. And I think the best result for us and you is a 10-9. And that's exactly what we got. So definitely, if you want to have a Netflix series recommendation, go to Mufasa, because it looks like he'll recommend something correct for you, because it looks like it will work out, because he recommends those players. I'm pretty sure he can recommend you books, Netflix series or whatnot. So that's absolutely fantastic. All right, Mufasa, when you're ready, you can leave the call as well, because I don't want to take up any more of your time, but we'll drop you a message. Thank you again. I'm pretty sure our producers will hit you up in the future again for more Canadian players, because the Canadians have never failed to disappoint. So listen, we'll definitely have to speak with you soon.
Yes,
thanks for coming.
Thank you, everyone. It was an honor. Cheers.
Perfect. All right, listen.
Thank you.
These TOs they're like programmers, the unsung heroes. They do the work that probably doesn't get thanked.
So much work behind the scenes.
It's rough, man.
Yeah.
Especially if you have if you're doing it by yourself, if you've got a small team, because if you have a large team, it's not that it's not less difficult, but it definitely eases the burden in some regards there. But listen, putting the spotlight, showing off these guys, and making sure that again they compete at the highest level. So that was really good. That was really good. Sorry, thank you, Slice, Smolcaps, and Mufasa representing the Canadian scene. There was a whole Canadian show that took over. Absolutely brilliant. Right, we got to be moving on now.
I think we're moving on to something very cool right now, Jammerz.
Are we?
I think I saw earlier a teleport into a dive kick.
Oh, you're such a child.
I'm so ready for it. Let's go.
I guess we're ready.
So we didn't show you this last week because we were short on time, because it was the 1-year anniversary of Street Fighter 6. But we should be going back to the old schedule. Is that
right? Baby, we got the Avatar battles once again. Back like we never left.
That's the thing we saw earlier. Oh, with the command throw, teleport, dive kick, command throw.
That
Pile driver always in great taste.
That SPD did way too much damage.
Yeah, the custom damage modifiers are kind of wild in this mode.
Oh, nice.
Target
combo as well.
Speeding hot fire.
I love this. She's just everywhere. She's everywhere.
Oh my goodness. Full screen zoning into instant rushdown. This guy's deadly.
You know what?
And even the invincible DP, of course.
And I like the choice of Cammy's EX-DP or DP, because then the EX version puts you out of the corner. That's such a great decision to do.
This guy definitely knows his characters, because he has pinpointed and checked every single individual special move he wanted on his character or their character.
So bad kick as well. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, this
That's
is
such a good. Yeah.
I'm just soaking this all in because of how many tools have been shown thus far.
And that is Akuma's moveset on the...
Oh yeah, that's Akuma.
That's Flash Knuckle. Oh, is
Oh,
that
can
gonna
hit
hit?
that.
Okay, that
Oh, I
worked.
thought that could
No
hit
blocks here.
Whoa.
It is modern, and like she basically had no health left, but it still worked out. Okay, that was
Deadly.
really good. That was really good. They are.
I really, yeah.
This is the most normal Avatar character we've
Did you see
seen,
the
by the way.
smirk? Did you see the winning smirk?
I
That
don't know,
was demonic.
She looks like Rebecca on a Saturday night out or something. I don't know.
That was demonic.
Okay, gets drive impact, and that was the level 1 that missed.
Oh,
dropped
unfortunate
the
whiff
Marissa level.
there. Doesn't
That is
matter.
an interesting super to choose, though.
Do they both have Yoga Teleport?
Marissa level 1, though?
They both have Yoga Teleport, by the way.
Oh yeah, I feel like every Avatar
Yeah,
battler
I
has
agree with,
Yoga Teleport these days.
I agree with Veggey.
You could say that Yoga does good for you.
I
Yes.
guess it does.
Maybe
yeah.
it's a sign that Dawson has one of the greatest tools in the game.
Oh, back throw. Get in the corner here.
Oh, and the sweep though.
Pinwheel
Both side
tagging from
pinwheel.
behind.
Nice.
Yeah, Yoga Flame.
Fire
That's gonna
juggles
work.
for
Yeah,
days.
that's gonna
Chun-Li
work.
level
That's gonna be
3?
heavily scaled.
Oh,
This is the
level
best
2, yeah.
part about
Tell a lie.
Avatar battles.
Oh, yeah, this is
Juggles
Avatar
for
battle.
days.
What the hell?
That
Oh,
didn't
and
really
Yoga
do that much
teleport.
damage. Compared to that, it was just like a normal hit.
That is a combo.
That did mad damage. And
Oh,
headbutt as well. Same
Headbutt as well. They're both hypermobile.
Okay.
And once again, the demonic smirk.
Rebecca on a Saturday night won.
She owned the dance floor.
No, she had a fight outside, and luckily no glass bottles were thrown at each other. So yeah, she won. Make sure you do hashtag #AvBats. We put them on the Instagram, and we show some things on Twitter account as well. Heck, maybe if you do play Avatar battles with your friends, we might sneak into the lobby and we might record your footage there. Apparently, you need a teleport to be good at the Avatar battles. So
Do you think that there's an Avatar battle
And the
meta
pile
developer?
driver.
no,
It's
100% there's an Avatar
Yeah, so
battle
it's like
meta.
they're playing each other. It's like, oh, this teleport move. I need to add that too. And then they go and add it, and then they play someone else. And I think that's how it's been developing. And
it's
then
beautiful,
and they're
beautiful.
like, oh, you
It
can
is its
extend
own
the combo with the Kimberly air throw thing after doing these supers. Let me add that, and
Yes.
then the next person adds it, and
Dude,
it ends up with this
The
super
thing
meta
is,
Avatar battle.
it is its own ecosystem,
Yes.
and it
Yes,
lives its
very much.
own life. Like
Very
it's,
much.
It's like a strong battle strong, and the weakest get eaten out. And like you need to add
survival of
teleport
the
you can.
fittest? Is that what
Yeah,
you're calling it?
absolutely.
No, okay, fair play.
There's definitely a hierarchy of moves here at play.
100%. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, hashtag AFBats. We'll show that, and you'll see the whole.
We don't have any more
context and-
Avatar battles ready. Sorry.
We only have the one tonight. Relax, don't worry.
Damn,
if you
you
want to
got
go and
hungry.
check it out, why don't you go on Battle Hub yourself? Go and watch them yourself. Play the game.
That's
There
a
you
great
go.
point. So if anyone else also wants to see more Avatar battles, you can also do that if you go into the Battle Hub and spectate other
There's
players
always bound to be battles
I'll
going
tell you
on.
what. I'll tell you what you can do. Why don't you and Phenom go to NIP and then do a whole advert on Avatar Battle?
Yo.
I think
Now,
that'd
that's a
work.
great
I
idea.
think
I'll
you
write it down.
You can get glamorous. You can get glamorous Phenom, glittery Phenom, and then you can get there, and then you can say, look, you could do it.
Ask them to make a lookalike of both of you, and the best one wins.
I think it'd work. I think it would all work.
I mean, we have some great ideas here. We're cooking for you, Veggey.
You are cooking, and I'm writing it down.
Anyway,
Good.
good.
You should write it
free,
down.
free, free
Phenom
consultancy.
being funny.
Yeah, free
right.
consulting.
Okay, let's. If we've got anything remaining to show, then we can do that right now.
Sorry,
What else have we got to show? Okay, so the
Let's
World
go.
Warrior program has been announced. If you check out the link there, capcom.us/WW24, you'll be able to find out how to qualify via the World Warrior program. I haven't had a sit down with the new format. I've heard and seen some things, but I'd like to get my own opinion, so I'll do that. But yes, registration is open for all events. So please check your respective region. I do not want any Brazilian Kens in the UK World Warrior. Please and thank you. And then your path to Capcom Cup 11 begins here. And of course, we do have as well, if we can get a smooth transition, if there's anything else, I believe there is. Okay. The CPT is coming, just to let you guys know. Obviously, they did announce the Season 2 lineup for the DLC characters, but we'll get onto that in a minute. This is the CPT schedule. Now, I heard there is no LCQ this year. So
That is
these are the 8
crazy.
offline events, which means, if I'm not mistaken, Kings of the World is basically the LCQ. So to whoever's running the Kings of the World, I bid you good luck. Because you might get a full roster, you might not. Who knows? They're coming to
Yeah,
London.
I think we all know who's running.
I don't know.
I
who's
heard it was a
running
really cool dude. who's running it.
You hear everything. I don't know.
Two really good.
Kings of the World
Yeah,
could be the
two
LCQ,
really cool
but this
dudes.
is the schedule for the offline CPT there. So do definitely check this out. And it starts off with EVO, which is very soon. It's like a month from now, just over a month from now. So do go check that out. All right. We also have as well. Yep, there you go. Capcom Cup 11. It's going to be in Japan for the very first time. I don't think anything regarding the details or many details have been out for it, but I'm sure as we get close to the time, there'll be more and more details regarding that. I think they did talk about the venue. I think that's just about it. But again, all the qualification spots, the 8 offlines, and the remaining World Warrior spots, they will lead up to Capcom Cup 11. So do look forward to that. And of course, okay, Esports World Cup is going to be happening throughout July 3rd to 24th of August. I believe Street Fighter 6 is on week 6, I believe. I need to double check the dates. But there have been qualification processes. One has already happened at DreamHack Dallas, and the other one happening at DreamHack Summer, which will be this weekend, I believe. Yes, this weekend.
Yes, indeed.
And 8 spots will be open and available for those looking to qualify for the Esports World Cup. They already had 8 people qualified there. BAM in Australia, Battle Arena Melbourne had 2. And then there'll be other qualification spots to round out the 32 positions, I believe. But yes, this will be happening real soon. Part of a huge prize, some of the biggest prize pool in esports history. And of course, do not forget, part of the offline tour includes UFA, Ultimate Fighting Arena. That will be in Paris, France. That will be happening in September. And you will see it there. So I believe you can start signing up for it now. If you haven't been to France, you want to go down to UFA, it's been nothing but good things. The graphic there are all the champions from UFA since 2017. Would you believe it? With Mr. Crimson being their latest champion for Street Fighter 6. Get signing up. Follow Abu, follow Ultimate Fighting Arena, follow Reversal GG as well. Or you can go on start.gg and type in UFA 2024. You should get the details. But this is a good event and you do not want to miss it. All right, and then there's World of the Kings. Well, it will be at the Samsung KX building in King's Cross, London. I know a lot of people have always wanted to come down to London. Here's an excuse for you. You come down if you enjoy
London.
If you enjoy fighting games and you've wanted to visit London. I guess you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. December 13th to 15th.
No matter what.
So 10 days before Christmas. So if you find some time to come down and enjoy some fighting games, then please come on down to London. It is brought to you by the Visual Platform team. And of course, it'll be held at the Samsung KX building in King's Cross. Go to startgg/Kings of the World for more info to get the visit. But as we get closer to the event, there will be more snippets of information dropping time after time. So do keep an eye out for that. Again, especially if you're looking to compete about all these events. So yeah, do keep an eye out for that one. All right. And yes, of course, this was announced at Summer Games Fest. 4 characters will be coming for this year in terms of Season 2 DLC wave. We've got M. Bison. We've got Ken with a Fatal Fury hat on. We've got...
Don't you ever disrespect Terry like that.
And we've got Chun-Li in blue. Red. Chun-Li in red. Sorry, I'm getting tired. But no, I'm kidding. We've got some SNK characters coming in again. Guest characters for Terry and Mai are going to be in Street Fighter 6. It looks like I've got to wait 7 months, 8 months. I'm interested in Elena and Mai, more so Mai. I need a character.
I can't wait for Terry.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
My boy.
I'm sure you can. Don't worry. Bison's here first, so go and enjoy Bison.
You know, I actually wanted to say one thing about Terry, which is really cool. Someone made like a great tweet about him when they revealed the trailer, and it was so funny. I need to like share it because like you can't really call Terry a guest character because he's like an old friend. So it's more like a reunion. He's a friend character, not a guest. So
he's a returning character, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a guest character, he's a friend character.
What mainline Street Fighter title has he been in?
I'm not saying mainline.
Okay.
I understood what you meant, Olvaha.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody did. I didn't answer
but
my
I
question.
never said mainline.
I know, but I'm asking you a question.
Yes, and I answered that question.
didn't answer it the way I wanted it. Anyway.
Well, that's your own agenda, buddy.
I love you guys. You guys are the best.
Anyway, right, gentlemen, it's a pleasure always having you guys on. Right, we should be back next week with another show because I know this guy is going to be competing this week.
Hey, me too.
And this guy?
Well,
and that guy?
Yeah.
Are you also competing in Jammerz?
I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. I'm probably going to be watching from the stands or at home, but
Nice.
we will see you next week for another episode of Sets. Until then, take care of yourself, and we'll see you guys very soon.
Yeah. Y'all already know. You know what time it is. I belong in the top spot, number one. Hope you ready for the fight. Reign supreme. Put 'em up, let's go. Number one. Yeah. I've been laying locked, training for this moment my whole life. Cold nights, in the rainy days, hope I get mine. Spend mine for the accolades in the empire. I need that title in my possession. Once there ain't no one zone, it's my time to shine bright. And if you try to stop me, then you're gon' pay the price. All them late nights finally paid nights. Awaken my dreams, but you could call me the greatest of all time. Yeah, I'm focused. You know how bad I want this. I'm giving it my all. Never thought this moment is golden. I control it. All eyes on me. I see I'm watching. Once I'm locked in, ain't no way that I'm stopping. Clocked in. It's time to put in work. Go berserk. I'm in my zone until I'm first. Believe me when I say nobody can see me. This a product of hustle. I just make it look easy. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. I'm ahead of the game. Y'all remember my name. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Yeah, I belong in the number one spot. I always keep the business, nothing personal. When y'all ain't see nothing, I just barely scratch the surface. Roll me in the rain, let me do my thing. Thought they hit me down, fighting through the pain. When I'm in the zone, I ain't never say much, but you see me up top. You see my numbers healthy, the pressure don't stop. Until I'm in the top, see the bottom seats watch. They almost see me flop, but I'm stepping on them, watch, let them watch. Born ready to fight, this is my moment. Coming for it all, just show me my opponent. Wanna be great, I'm a legend in the making. And this is mine for the taking. Cause I got what it takes to be on top. I'm number one cause I don't stop. Hard gas, no brakes, high stakes. I don't act tough to the test, so let them fold ya. Non-stop, you ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. I'm ahead of the game, y'all remember my name. Non-stop, you ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I belong in the number one spot. Yeah. Y'all already know. You know what time it is. I belong in the top spot, number one. Hope you ready for the fight. Reign supreme. Put 'em up, let's go. Number one. Yeah. I've been laying locked, training for this moment my whole life. Cold nights, in the rainy days, hope I get mine. Spend mine for the accolades in the empire. I need that title in my possession. Once there ain't no one zone, it's my time to shine bright. And if you try to stop me, then you're gon' pay the price. All them late nights finally paid nights. Awaken my dreams, but you could call me the greatest of all time. Yeah, I'm focused. You know how bad I want this. I'm giving it my all. Never thought this moment is golden. I control it. All eyes on me. I see I'm watching. Once I'm locked in, ain't no way that I'm stopping. Clocked in. It's time to put in work. Go berserk. I'm in my zone until I'm first. Believe me when I say nobody can see me. This a product of hustle. I just make it look easy. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. I'm ahead of the game. Y'all remember my name. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Yeah, I belong in the number one spot. I always keep the business, nothing personal. When y'all ain't see nothing, I just barely scratch the surface. Roll me in the rain, let me do my thing. Thought they hit me down, fighting through the pain when I'm in the zone. I ain't never say much, but you see me up top. You see my numbers healthy, the pressure don't stop. Until I'm in the top seat, the bottom seats watch. They almost see me flop, but I'm stepping on them, watch, let them watch.
Born ready to fight, this is my moment. Coming for it all, just show me my opponent. Wanna be great, I'm a legend in the making. And this is mine for the taking.
Cause I got what it takes to be on top. I'm number one cause I don't stop.
Hard gas, no brakes, high stakes.
I don't act tough to the test, so let them fold ya.
Non-stop, you ready or not? When it's all said and done,